go. We are T-minus 26 minutes away from a Mexican Grand Prix start, and I'm here for it. Been getting my study on. Looking back at 2018, 2019, 2020, we didn't go there. 2021, we did. 2022, 2023, too. With a view to understand how this start's going to go for one Maximilian Verstappen. He's rubbish. This will be Jean Lady. Modern day Jean Lazy, Nate. Do you know what I mean? F-Boy, Mindfuck, Jeeba, Mubashir, Kayla. What's going on? It's going to get techie, isn't it, this? I'm here for it. I'm so excited. Listen, let me put this first on the docket, though. Max Verstappen is a demon around here. I'm trying to desperately understand whether if I were a betting man, where my money would be placed. Lando Norris is, of course, the favourite alongside one Charles Leclerc. Max Verstappen, second or third favourite, depending on how you interpret it. And then you have yourself one Carlos Sainz Jr. Ferrari will be super quick around here. Expect potentially a one-stop, notwithstanding any safety car circumstances. However, here's what you need to know about one Maximilian Verstappen and how he gets these starts done. Look, let's go back in reverse chronological order. 2023, you remember last year, Max Verstappen started, I want to say, on third. Either side of him on the front row with the Scuderia Ferrari pairing. And what did he do? Went straight up the inside of them down into turn one. And again, entered the first corner of the first lap at the Mexico Grand Prix in first position, as he always seems to do around here. Maximilian Verstappen, 2022, started in pole, got down to turn one, notwithstanding the big long run into turn one in first position again. Started first, ended up in turn one in first. 2021, ever so slightly different, eh? Started on third. The Mercedes boys, the boys and girls from Brackley and Brixworth, by virtue of one Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton starting on 1 and 2 respectively. What did Max Verstappen do that time? Right round the outside of Valtteri Bottas, right round the outside of Lewis Hamilton. Again, goes into turn one in first position. 2020, we didn't do Mexico. 2019 was a bit messy. When I say started from fourth, got into a bit of an entanglement, wheel-to-wheel bashing with one Sir Lewis Hamilton. 2018, though, same circumstance. And where do you think Max Verstappen went into turn one? Again in first. I say all of that to say this. Don't mess around with Max Verstappen around this track, if indeed past his prologue. Why? Because each and every single time, as near as makes no difference, this dude, irrespective of where he starts on the grid, this dude will go into turn one in first place. I'm thinking T-minus 23 minutes remaining, but the toe's going to be techie, right? Ideally, look, first starts on third on the left-hand side of the track when you're going into the turn, right? Third will start on the left-hand side of the track on your right-hand side as we look at it. So that'll be the racing line as they go into turn one, meaning therefore that Sainz will start on the racing line. Lando will be off of it. No, Lando will be on it in third. What am I talking about? Max Verstappen will be on the other side of it. So Max then will need to kick in back onto the racing line behind one Carlos Sainz Jr. with a view to get a cheeky toe and a slipstream, mate, and get himself back on the race. Listen, just don't back against Max Verstappen. Oh, it's a loving, Cameron. You love Max Verstappen too much. Mate, I like myself good drivers. Winners, do you know what I mean? As a cheeky chat, Karim grabbing one Pato award. It's not the same, right? When it's not Brundle on the grid walk, I'm not interested. I'll be honest with you guys. I just stay. I'm not fussed. I'm not fussed. Mubashir Chiba, we all have that hope. Mohammed says the car is different now compared to before. Won't be able to hold the lead even if he takes it at the start. Bet me, Mohammed. Bet me. If we were betting people. I don't know. I just don't bet against Max Verstappen these days. Mindfoot says, Chibo, I hope, but it's going to be tough. Macon says, is this Break Dust podcast, mate? I think it will be the Undercut podcast going forward with Martin. The F1 Hour will exist as its own entity with Mr. Peter D. Windsor. But whenever Martin's got time to spare, I think it will potentially be the Undercut going forward. Go Smooth Operator says, Sudash. Just Me says, evening all. Let's get ready to rumble. In the words of Michael Buffer. I can't wait for this. 175 of you watching concurrently, do me a favour and smash the like. Only 26 of you have done thus far, but I'm infinitely grateful. Grateful ad infinitum in extremis to each and every single one of you who join me in my F1 ramblings. This is your community more than it is mine. What is going on with the aesthetic of that Williams car? Genuinely, I said yesterday, it looks like somebody's thrown up on it. T-minus 21 minutes away from a cheeky session. A cheeky formation. That hybrid, I feel like he will be on the podium. Oof. Can't help but feel Carlos is going to be lucky to finish on the podium. Go on, and let's address Carlos Sainz. I've heard many people talking about it. It's a hot topic, isn't it? Eddie Jordan was asking his co-host on the Formula for Success podcast, look at how mad these bods are, just rubbish next to Martin Brundle, Karun and Bernie. Doesn't have to say it. Just sack off the... If Brundle's not there, just don't do the grid work, please. Don't need to do it. Go on then. On the latest iteration of the Formula for Success podcast, Jordan pitched at his co-host, one David Coulthard. Do you think Ferrari have made a mistake by signing Lewis Hamilton? To which Coulthard responded, ultimately when pushed, yes. I don't think they'd be getting 7-time champion Lewis Hamilton, ergo Lewis Hamilton in his prime. Eddie Jordan echoed those sentiments. And as far as Carlos Sainz Jr. is concerned, it's techie, isn't it? Carlos Sainz will be seeing that the Ferrari, because in no small part due to his input in their development, the technical feedback that probably you could argue you can do vastly better than Charles, that now all of a sudden the Scuderia Ferrari SF24 iteration of the car is a world beater now. If they'd started with this car at the start of the season, then we'd be having a very different conversation, even as far as the complexion of both championships, the constructors and the drivers. And Carlos Sainz, in the debrief, in the press conference post-qualifying yesterday, looked sad. And then you can't blame him, mate. This is his car. Do you know what I mean? Now that they've finally managed to fix the car, now that it's a perfect hybrid of drivability and pace in absolute terms, now Carlos Sainz Jr. is going away. Going to go and drive himself a Williams. I mean, oh, the humanity. Do you know what I mean? Somebody said once upon a time that F1 was a piranha tank of a sporting endeavour. And the tragic circumstance that one Carlos Sainz Jr. finds himself in is proof positive of that, is it not? Oh, the humanity. Sometimes I wonder whether I've got the heart for this sport, whether I'm lacking in ruthlessness. Do you know what I mean? Let's get my tea on the go. 170. Lauren Mekis is on the grid, of course he is. Team principal of RB Visa Cash Up. MBS is going to have a heart attack with Sky Sport. I know. We're not rappers, said MBS. I've heard a comment from Maximilian Verstappen as well, by the way. Courtesy of my co-host of the Shakedown podcast, the one they call Sir Baxty. He said that Max was complaining about British bias and that the British media sided predominantly with Lando and Norris. Respectfully, Max Verstappen, whilst British bias is absolutely a thing, Lewis Hamilton fell victim of that from 2007 to 2013, did he not? But respectfully, Max Verstappen, I think I disagree ever so slightly. Karan Chandak, as an example, if indeed he qualifies as British media, quantified it thus. He said, listen, those are the rules, and Lando Norris overtook when he was off the grid, and of course he was going to get himself a penalty. I think British media is not a monolith. The likes of the Daily Mail, okay, cool. They're always going to go one way if they have the choice right. But I don't know if you see the Guardian or the Financial Times. It's hard to talk in these broad brush terms around British media, Chiba. I keep thinking the same. As a Lewis Hamilton fan, I can't help but get excited thinking about next season. Mindfunk. I'm not even going to pour water on your flame, you know. I was talking to Baxley as well about normalising for George and Lewis's position in the driver's standing. It's techie, isn't it? Two anomalous circumstances that you might want to try and normalise for if you fancy that exercise. As a cure for insomnia, normalise for Silverstone, normalise for Spa-Francorchamps this year, and then the drivers' points as far as Lewis and George are they look very different, don't they? 223 of you watching concurrently. Love your Checo vid. Thank you so much, Cloutius. You're a legend. Or Clouticus. Sorry, I apologise for the poor enunciation. It was a good video, wasn't it, about Checo? What more is there to be said on Checo that hasn't already been said? It's a shame for the chap. I pity him, genuinely. There's love, there's like, then there's dislike, and then there's loathe, and then there's pity and indifference. I feel like I pity him. I mean, look at the chap. He doesn't even look like he's match fit. I know he's short, and I know I shouldn't fat shame. I definitely am in no position to fat shame. If there was a man once upon a time called Hippocrates, cheeky vista at Lewis Hamilton. But as far as Checo, I mean, bloody Nora qualifies 18th. Talking to a friend of the show as well, Justin, originator of the Undercut podcast in 2016. And he was like, listen, it's a shame for Checo, but the gift and the curse is that you can't have a god-tier driver in there that's capable of doing the things that Max Verstappen is and then not adjust downwards your expectations of the driver in the other car. That's a brilliant picture. That's a brilliant shot of Checo, though, eh? Front and centre. I think the problem is, though, it's the extent of the underperformance. I feel like I should do one of these, eh? Don't they normally do one of these? To the national anthem. I shouldn't talk over it, but... What I send for Checo was genuinely emotional during the opening show. Mexican culture, unbiased and not self-interest. No celeb in sight. I'm getting old and soft and my eyes are leaked. Bless you, Troy. I don't hate that. It's got to be emotional sometimes. But what better way to send off Checo Perez? You know what I mean? Why would he continue in this mire, in this funk? There is no point. Maybe he should give IndyCar a go. I don't hate that either. IndyCar would like him and he'd go, well, is there anywhere I can bet on Perez being rocket man into turn one again this year? No, hybrid. He's got to learn the lessons. I'll tell you, you want to bet on as rocket man. Maximilian Verstappen. If he starts anywhere in the top four, he's just brilliant. And you heard him in the press conference yesterday post-qualifying, right? What's your plans? They asked him, Tom Clarkson. What are you going to do, chap, into turn one? Look at him. He looks confident as well, doesn't he, Max? It looks like he's got this covered. He's like, oh my gosh, look at Max's face. Oh no. Mindfunk, you're a legend. No, you're a legend, Mindfunk. This is only the best community because of you guys, each of whom I'm grateful to ad infinitum, in extremis. Go on then, place your bets. I want to see just wear oversized shirts, Cameron, and then still go after the big guy in F1, mate. Go on then. I need for you to tell me who ends Fernando Alonso 400 Grand Prix. I'm going to tell you a cheeky story about Natalie Pinkham because me and her clearly listen to the same podcast. I heard her espousing something that I heard. Natalie Pinkham was talking about Alain Prost. The last time a Ferrari run around there was like ages ago, 1990, whenever Alain Prost, arguably his best victory, said Natalie Pinkham, because she listens to the Checkered Flag podcast, which has on it one Andrew Benson of the BBC, who said the same thing. Natalie Pinkham clearly does a bit of due diligence on the BBC Checkered Flag podcast before she gets on Sky F1. Right, I need you guys to tell me leader end of lap one. This is the interesting question. You guys tell me who's going to be leading. Oh, Sally, you're a legend. Appreciate you joining. And again, if you want to become an elite peddler and join the members club, then please feel free. There's a button somewhere saying join on your screen, and that will get you access to the Discord where we try and continue the conversation. And of course, most importantly, priority in the live chats each and every single time. You're a legend. Thank you so much, Sally. And that says it's 7 a.m. Melbourne. Bloody Nora, mate. Die hard. Max will win. Wake me up in 2 hours. McLaren F1 race potentially. Go on, and you guys tell me leader end of lap one. Is it Carlos? Is it Max? Is it Lando? Or is it Charles? You guys tell me. I'm putting out a cheeky vote here. Interesting stat. Carlos in Spanish translated back to English is Charles. Or Charles. Go on, you tell me he's going to be leading at the end of lap one. Remember, there's a long run into turn one. It will get techie, but remember, for the avoidance of doubt, for those of you who are just joining, Max Verstappen's record around this track, not only as far as the victory, but as far as leading lap one, is impeccable, immaculate. Let me go through it again because this is really important information. Last year started on third. Max Verstappen ended the first lap having nailed both Scuderia for Ferrari drivers, ended it in first. 2022 started on pole, notwithstanding a long run into turn one, ended the first lap in first. 2021 started third, nailed Bottas and Lewis Hamilton round the outside into turn one. 2020 we weren't here. 2019 got a bit techie for the Dutchman. Cheeky entanglement between him and Sir Lewis Carl Davidson Hamilton, 7-time champion. Didn't work out too well, but that's the one time I can remember. 2018 again, nailed it into turn one. He doesn't miss. Max Verstappen, Matthew Richards. Oh, go on, brother. Matthew Richards, love and blessings, sir. You know what I mean? That's my cousin, that chap in there, gifting out a cheeky $4.99 Matthew Richards settings. And love to Christine, so by the way, do you know what I mean? It's going to get techie. My cousin in the chat's making me feel all nervous and shy now. I can't go balls to the wall, do you know what I mean? No, Matthew Richards, you're a legend, sir. You know what I mean? One of the goatiest teachers to have ever goated. Jay, if you were in front after turn one, you should be okay for lap one exactly. I suppose the only point of contention with that, as far as Scuderia Ferrari are concerned, is that they have race pace, don't they? Max Verstappen, I know, put in extra laps on the mediums to try and get his race sim in, do his due diligence, therefore. However, I don't know whether Red Bull, even in Max Verstappen's hand, has pace enough to keep those red cars behind him, even if he does get it into turn one. Gonna get techie, ladies and gents. And by the way, T-minus 10 minutes till we get ourselves a cheeky formation lap prior to a race start. After which, of course, I will get the cheeky metrics on the go, as always, provided to us by Multivere. 310 of you in the chat concurrently, as we are T-minus 9 minutes away from a race start, and I'm here for it. Palm sweaty, mom spaghetti, B rabbit settings 8 mile. Do you know what I mean? How do you like yourself some Wonder Fs, ladies and gents? I'm nervous. I'll tell you that much. I'm very, very nervous. Very, very, very nervous. Mubashir, I heard they cut the DRS distance. Yeah, they did cut the DRS. I want to say it's 75 meters now. Mindfunk, legend. Thank you so much for the donation. Again, anytime you guys are in here riffing, fact checking me, calling me out on my F1 ball feathers, it means the most to me. This is a fan channel, and you are the principal contributants to that fan channel. Thank you so much, Mindfunk. You're a legend. Far too kind. Attic says kamikazism. Expect at turn one. You know what? I'm not so sure. And again, this is a cheeky soundbite as we are T-minus 18. Again, courtesy of Andrew Benson on the Checkered Fad podcast. If you have access to BBC Sounds, download it and listen to it. Andrew Benson said on that podcast that if you look at Lando Norris in free practice, that he was testing his entry into turn one, lap one. Why? Because he was going fast and deep on the inside line of turn one. Again, he's got his mind on right. He knows what's required of him as far as leading the race into turn one. He's going to have to brake deep. But again, if you're talking about last of the late breakers, you're going to need to go back and watch last year's Grand Prix. Every time he's gone in there against Lewis Hamilton, and Lewis Hamilton is brilliant as far as his dexterity on the brakes, and Max Verstappen makes him look conservative. If it is close. There was one time, I want to say 2018, when Lewis and Max were going in their line astern, and Lewis, because he had the bloody Mercedes engine, was like, he had one car length on Max. But as soon as they got into the braking zone, Max just didn't brake and caught up, not just line astern, but caught up and passed Lewis Hamilton to the tune of one car length before they even got into turn one. So caught up 2 car lengths on the brakes alone. What are we doing? iCams, bro, let's go. McLaren F1 race, you're a legend. No, thank you guys. Do you know what I mean? This is going to be techie. T-minus 7 minutes till we get ourselves a cheeky race start, for which I am here. There are going to be many F1 threads at which we need to pull out here. It's going to be a techie race. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Difficult track to pass around, of course. If we're pulling up story arcs and narrative plots, aerodynamic efficient cars around here will be handicapped. It doesn't work the same. Altitude settings, aerodynamics are off around here. DRS won't be as strong as it would be around a sea level track, as an example, a Silverstone, let's say. So how does that work? Maybe it enables, no, facilitates Ferrari. Maybe Carlos Sainz can get it done, eh? Maybe he can prove yet again to Scuderia Ferrari that they're making the wrong mistake by binning him off and signing one Sir Lewis, Carl Davidson, Hamilton. Who knows, eh? Just got online for today. Haven't checked any news, any drama, pre-race, penalties. You asked the pertinent questions, Paisley. No penalties. Drama pre-race. Helmut Marko has come out and said, you know what, Checo Perez, I hear your dad saying that the best is yet to come, but I disagree. The reason why Helmut Marko disagrees is because of Checo Perez's performance, his material underperformance season to date now. He has been rahoobish, nowhere to be seen, 18th yet again in qualifying. Okay, so he's talks about he can't get the car to brake, keeps locking up, but bloody no, you're driving the same car as Max Verstappen. 3, soon to be 4-time champion. I like this promo, by the way, guys. Are you watching this? This Lucha Libre introductions. Let's go. I don't hate it. Max Verstappen. It's a bit cringy though, eh? It is a bit cringy. They could have done it better than that. I feel like they're disrespecting Lucha Libre. Mubashir, you are an absolute legend, sir. Out here gifting 10 memberships. And again, if you want to become a member, just click join. Get priority in the chat each and every single time, and you'll get the access to the Discord community where we try and continue these F1 modes of Discords. Mubashir, you're a legend. Paul, welcome. Todd, Shakir, Caleb, Matt, Carlo, Paisley, you're a legend. 282 of you watching, concurrently, do me a favour and smash the like as we are T-minus 5 minutes away from a cheeky formation lap at the Mexican Grand Prix 2024. Let us go. Ajay says Max runs people off the track, but that's okay, is it? Wow. Depending on your perspective and the lens through which you watch your Formula One, it depends. Ajay, so here's the thing. Right, here's how I understand it. Sack off the guidance. The FIA, when they're adjudicating, they will use the guidance as a reference, but not before they used precedent. So if you can get your nose into the apex and you are on the inside defending, then the rest is Gucci. You are then playing with house money. That was the circumstance in a nutshell, summarised very nice and neatly, of Lando Norris versus Max Verstappen last race weekend at turn 12 now. That was it. George Russell, however, same circumstance, except he this time is the attacker up the inside by dint of inside line privilege. And that's where it gets a bit techie, because they say, if past this prologue, that going up the inside attacking, then you can't do the aggressive overcrowd. If you are defending, though, if past is prologue, then you can do the aggressive overcrowd, just as did Max Verstappen. But I think all of that faded to black the second that Lando Norris gained the lasting advantage by going off the circuit. Again, all of that other stuff fades to black. Max Verstappen is a tax avoider, not tax evader. He operates between the fine margins, right, grey area settings. That's why the race say that this dude is the Adrian Newey equivalent as far as an F1 peddler. Reads the rules once to see what they say at face value, and a second time to see what they don't say so that he can exploit that then. They've had a briefing though. The drivers and the GPDA, the Grand Prix Drivers Association, Alex Wurz is the boss of that. So too with the race director and the stewards, to understand whether all of the drivers agreed with the way that they instituted for the rules last race, and all the drivers, by the way, did not agree. And that's where it gets techie. T-minus 3 minutes until we get our formation. So as far as the guidelines, the plan, as far as the GPDA, Alex Wurz, 20 drivers currently on the grid, is to institute for change, to amend the guidelines to make sure that they're easier to understand and interpret. The drivers contended, why is it even about interpretation? If indeed the rules are fudged in the first place. Liam Lawson, 12th and 11th, both RB Visa cash ups. This is going to be what... F-boy, you're a legend. Intro, says Eddie. Mexican intro, bro, for the win. Coyote, my sister, how are you? Getting my early liking. Let's go, Coyote. So it's peaking here. 408, 308 for you watching concurrently. Do me a favour and smash the like. We're going in as soon as the... In fact, let me get my metrics up ahead of time now. Let me get onto multi-view. And again, if you like any of the things on your screen, all you need is yourself a cheeky F1 TV membership, and then download yourself multi-viewer. It is free, and it is the go-toest F1 app as far as metrics and add value in the business. FYI, I'm going to be about 20 to 30 seconds behind you guys on my visuals, but I don't care. If you guys are saying this, you'll enjoy seeing me react after you. If you want to react in tandem, then pause your stream ever so slightly. I will tell you when my guys are setting up for the formation lap, and we can get it synced up nicely. Synced up nicely, says the man from Birmingham. Yeah, Birmingham, stand up, B21 and all that. Right. Mexican Grand Prix, let's go. We are seconds away. Mindfunk gifting 5 memberships, aren't you, Mindfunk? You're too kind, Mindfunk. Do you know what I mean? This is much of a loving. Again, if you want to become yourself a member, what better opportunity? Afka, you're a legend. I think you deserve that, Afka. AFCA. I think you've deserved that. But no, you guys are legends. Communities building. F1 fan channel. Trying to become the go-toest in the space. We are seconds away from a cheeky formation lap, and I'm here for it, ladies and gents. It's going to be nuts, isn't it? Palm sweaty, Mon Spaghetti, B Rabbit, 8 mile settings. What better sporting endeavour as a spectacle is there than the start of an F1 race? I'll wait. I do not know the answer to that question. And that's why it's non-rhetorical. Okay, we need to have a look at the tyres. Bear with me. Perez on the hards. That makes sense. Okay, I'm a couple of seconds. I will tell you guys when they're formation lapping. If you want to pause. They are about to pull off in 3. Oops, smoke. They're about to pull off in 3 for me. 2. Oof, paused. Okay, so we're almost underway. Says Crofty for the formation lap. They will be there soon. There we go. I've just seen Red Bull. So I've just seen Max Verstappen pull away. Carlos Sainz. Oh, there we go. Charles Leclerc looked like he'd stacked it for a second. No more mistakes, Charles. Do you know what I mean? No more mistakes, please. Please, Charles Leclerc. We don't need any mistakes. Right, we're away. We're a couple seconds. Formation lap settings. Let's get some metrics. 324 of you in the chat can only do me a favour and smash the like. Every little bit helps. Everyone's starting our mediums on a grid apart from Lawson, Bottas, Galopinto, Perez, Zhou Guanyu. Ocon starting from the pits, and it makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, if you're starting from far down the track, then you can't. Are you hoping for a cheeky safety car? Do you know what I mean? Maybe. Leaderboard coming, Ollie, I promise. Right, let's go. Let's go. Let me get tucked in. Oh, lean back, low rider settings. I can't go that far back, can I? Yeah, you can, Cameron. You'll be all right, chap. Gotta get cozy, ladies and gents. One must get cozy. Not so cozy, though. Come on, Cameron. Sit up, mate. As my old man would say. Look presentable, Cameron. Right, let's go. Brundle talking about the cheeky lift and coast. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Are we ready, chat? How nervous am I? Why is it so hot in here? I'm struggling. Oh. Strugglings. Right. Let us go. Wow, Liam Lawson. Did you hear that? Liam Lawson wasn't even born when Fernando. Oh my gosh, we're lining up. Is this gone? How was Carlos Sainz postured, pointing very much at one Max Verstappen on the grid? Have you seen that? Are you taking notes, Lando Norris? This is the sort of defensive posture that you need to assume when you start on pole. Although I don't think it would be enough bloody no. They're going to be waiting a long time, aren't they? The back markers are just coming around the back turn, the final turn. Oh, the humanity. No, this will be 71 lap race. And this, ladies and gentlemen, will be techie. A seminal moment in 2024. I feel like it's the final roll of the dice for one Lando Norris. We are about to start the race. Again, for the avoidance of doubt, I'm a bit behind on my visuals, so you will see the action into T1 before me. How's the betting? Oh, no. 42% of you said Carlos Sainz. 37% of you, I think, are right and saying Max Verstappen into turn one. Right, we are 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights. Lights out, go, 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 go. Max Verstappen gets a start. Look at that. Oh, no. Already, chat. Already, it's done. Max Verstappen is leading into turn one. What did we say? Lando Norris, though, trying to follow Max Verstappen, though. No crashing, Lando. Oh, bloody no. Oh, my God. Big crash. Big crash down the track. RB. Carlos Sainz goes wide, outbrakes himself. Chat, what did we say about Max Verstappen, eh? What did we say? What did we say? You don't beat Max Verstappen around here into turn one. Crashing turn one. It more than likely will be a red flag. Oh, my gosh. Carlos Sainz outbrakes himself. Tries to do a Max Verstappen. You just don't. You don't. Oh, my gosh. Due diligence settings, do you know what I mean, Grant? I don't hate that. Smash the like. Predicting the future out here, as murky as my crystal ball is, much more murky than the next person's. Bloody no, he's just too good. If he starts in the top 4, he's just going to be really hard. He can just be later on the brakes than everybody. Look, he's already gone. Oh, the humanity, chat. What are we doing, Yuki's race? Call me Mystic Mac. Call me Mystic Mac because I see these things, you know. I see these things. Yuki Tsunoda was out in the barrier. Yuki, this is something that we did not need. Put some respect on Max Verstappen's name, eh? Put some respect on it and put some respect on Cameron F1's name or Cameron CC. We see these things. You just don't, honestly. If past this prologue, you just pay attention to the stats, right? If you forecast and budget for a living, you've got to look at the most recent history. I will say again for the avoidance of doubt, for those of you who are just joining, 400 of you in the chat. Look, 2023, look at this, just having a look at the start again. If Max Verstappen starts from the top 3, he's just so late on the brakes, so dexterous on the stop pedal, that it's just hard to beat him into that turn one. And so it's hard to beat him in the race because it's not that easy to overtake around here. 2023, Max Verstappen starts from 3rd. All right, so let's go back. 2024, Max starts from 2nd. AFC, yeah, you're a legend, a proper legend. AFCA gifting memberships out here. 2024, Max Verstappen starts from 2nd and nabs Carlos Sainz Jr. Brilliant launch, never in doubt into turn 1 because he's always going to be the last of the late breakers. 2023 starts from 3rd, nails both Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz Jr. into turn 1, goes right between them. Again, they asked him about this in the driver's press conference post-quali, and he said, you know what, I've been around here a few times. I will play it by ear. There are a number of different things that can happen. I will solve for that automotive pugilism Rubik's Cube in real time. Crofty said that Max Verstappen has run. You know, I don't think that's the stat. Crofty's saying that Max Verstappen has won 3 times around here, 5 times in total. It's him off the start that makes him so good. 2024, you saw what just happened. 2nd, 1st into turn 4, 3rd in 2023, goes straight through Scuderia Ferrari boys, both of them, as if he was parting the Red Sea. 2022 starts on 1st, gets into turn 1 first. 2021 starts in 3rd, goes all the way round the outside of one Sir Lewis Hamilton and Bottas, and nails it into turn 1 again. 2019 was techie, a bit messy from Maximilian Verstappen, cheeky love kiss between him and Sir Lewis Hamilton, but the same story in 2018. Turn 1, 1st again. Max Verstappen doesn't miss around here, ladies and gents. If you're invested, if you are a betting person, look at him, never in doubt. Carlos Sainz didn't like he's just launch. Brundle says it's his launch and then the second phase, it's just smooth. And Lando tries to get the slipstream right. Lando was desperately looking to go up the inside, but again, look, it's far too late. By the time Max leaves the inside line, it's time to assume the racing line, which means that you want to be edge to edge, right? Broaden out the angle into turn 1, 4, 20 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour, smash the like. Yeah, no, but Nate, I don't disagree, mate. That McLaren has got pace. But I mean, Going to be difficult to overtake around here, methinks. I'll be honest with you. On board with Yuki Tsunoda, his race is finished, and potentially his career at RB Visa Cash Up, or at least his career with prospects of getting a promotion. Oh my gosh, he's on the grass, isn't he? Oh no, he's done a Checo Perez last year. Too keen. Yuki Tsunoda, this is not F1 2024, not the game. You can't resume last save games. You know what I mean? You've got to be more careful than that. That gap was always going to close. Nobody checks their mirrors whilst they're on the brake pedal. What are you doing, Yuki? Play the probabilities, sir. I love a bit of Yuki Tsunoda, but come on, sir. For those of you who are just joining, it's on Gasly. Do you think it's on Gasly? I don't think it is. Oh, Yuki, it's a low probability move, sir. You do that move 100 times, and how many times is it going to come off? 10, 20? You got too much at stake, Yuki. You need to keep your nose clean, sir. You're racing for a seat alongside Max Verstappen, alongside Colapinto and Liam Lawson and Checo Perez. Do you know what I mean? You had the whip hand. Checo Perez is starting from 18th, by the way. Where is Checo now? Checo Perez up to 13th. Let's go, Checo. Vámonos. Viva la raza. Let's go. For the avoidance of doubt, your runners and riders, red flag circumstance, Verstappen, Sainz, Norris, Leclerc, Hamilton, Russell, Hamilton up one place, one taking a place from George Russell, King George Russell, first of his name, K-Mac, Hulkenberg, Gasly, and Liam Lawson up into 10th, 2 places, Stroll up 3 places into 11th. Oh, the humanity. Zhou Guanyu as well, profiteering from the melee, the mix-up that was Yuki Tsunoda. 466 of you watching concurrently, do me a favour, smush the like. Skull says Albon suspension, front left locks up, messed up. Front left looks messed up. Perez 13th, pastry. I saw a video where they said Oscar pastry. Oscar pastry, isn't it? I might have to start stealing that. I like it. Doesn't mean anything, but I do like it. Oscar pastry. Gasly, Yuki sandwiched Albon, but Yuki couldn't go onto the ground. Yeah, I think that was a low probability one from Yuki. We are red flag circumstance. Or yellow flag even. Or safety car. What are you talking about? 68 laps remaining. Oof. Getting another cheeky replay. Colapinto up 2 places. Go on then. Can Colapinto nab himself some Checo Perez? How do you do? I'm just thinking ahead to my review video. How do you manage Max Verstappen? Non-rhetorical question. I think the best strategy, the line of least resistance, is to out-qualify him and defend for your life into turn 1. I think anything else, and it's always going to be difficult, that's just the truth. Am I lying, chat? Am I lying? Safety car circumstance still. Max Verstappen going round. I think Max is going to... Oh my gosh. 5-second penalty Checo. Really? I haven't seen it just yet. Checo on the radio. Just an update. Our start is under... Oh, no. Oh, no. When it rains, it pours. Do you know what I mean? When it rains, it pours. Bloody Nora. Mate, Max Verstappen. How do you like them Max Verstappens? Checo Perez indeed under investigation. Bloody Nora. Come on, Max. Do you know what I mean? How do you like... It's a great start, but come on. You didn't park right. The fudge indeed, Timu. What's going on? Troy, manage Max by returning to the old 8 potentially. That's what you've got to pitch for, haven't you? Who knew? Who knew that Max Verstappen was going to nail it into turn 1? I mean, if you were a betting man, you might want to watch this channel and take your actions accordingly, eh? Poor Checo. Poor checkmate. Oh dear. Leader of lap 1. Go on then, we need to change that poll, don't we? Race winner, Hajar is a lunatic. Yuki Sonetting. Baxter seems to think that Hajar has the whip hand as far as taking the next available seat at RB Visa Cash Up. Bloody no, I'm amped for that. I feel like we've got one call. If nothing else happens, I feel like we called one right with Max. Max into turn 1, Mexico. You just don't even, but like, unless you want to lose money, you just don't even, you don't bet against him. Right. Race. Don't worry about your drink, Charles. It doesn't matter. It matters not, chap. How must Lando be feeling? I don't think Lando did a lot wrong. Lando's jumped to place, has it? Oh no, stasis. What am I talking about? You guys let me know who's going to win this race then, if indeed we are interested in ultimate outcomes. I'm quite pleased with that. I shouldn't go on so much humility, Cameron, but I feel like we called the Max Verstappen to... you can't even beat him around there. Not into turn 1. You're going to need something techie. Pit stops. I talked about this with Lando Norris, that Lando said that he knows that he needs stuff. Ferrari are too quick. Max Verstappen is too cunning. Too much devilment, you know what I mean? Just knows what he's doing, knows where to put his car each and every single time. McLaren F1 says Checo's Kit Kat sponsorship on his helmet, mate. Kayla, Checo 5-second penalty. Oh, the humanity, I've just seen it. When it rains, it pours. What are you going to do? Oh no, Checo Perez's dad. Antonio Perez got away. Ugh. Oof. Pwah. If looks could kill, eh? Not too happy. Stay healthy, though. Perez's dad, you know what I mean? We don't mess about with health. Make and I'm ahead of you, but Perez got a penalty. I know, I apologise. I'm probably about 30 seconds behind you guys. Maybe 60, but you could always sync if you feel free. Currently, I can see yellow flags being raised, and the cars are about to come into sight. Now, we should sync. We'll do a proper sync at the start of the next race. What's with Ferrari and their drink? Charles Leclerc saying that the drink is spilling when he zigzags. Deal with it, Charles. I voted Max, but I'm going to watch Lewis creep up for a poke. Come on then, Genie. Let's go. Let's go. And he's not a million miles away. The problem is all of those cars in front of Lewis are super quick. But again, everything that I've said about Max around here also applies to Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton is a demon around this track, an absolute demon. It is, for the avoidance of doubt, as at 2024 in equalish machinery, Max and Lewis and the rest are like 40-50 seconds behind him, Charles included. I don't care what anybody wants to say. The problem for Lewis is, though, all of the people in front of him have quicker cars. Oh no, too far forwards off the grid box. Checo Perez says, have a look. Double check. I don't think we were. Well, at least the FIA called it this time. Do you know what I mean? Yuki Full apologising to the team. Bloody Laura. Skull. They should pit Perez and keep him there. Oh no, Mubashiz. Sorry not. If Checo would pit now and pit, oh gosh, why is he pitting? What, pit now? Pit now and go long. Here we go. Safety car ending. Max Verstappen playing his usual tricks. Goes. Has he gone? He has gone. Just concertinaed everybody and then jumped. But I think Charles Leclerc was wise to that. He didn't. Oh no, he hasn't. But Max Verstappen is. Ooh, Max Verstappen's gone. He has jumped. You don't mess about with Max Verstappen on safety car restarts. You just don't. He's gone. He's got. Ooh, big slipstream for Carlos though. Oof. Go on then. How about that DRS, ladies and gents? Carlos will no DRS until the next lap, by the way. Your lap 7 of 71. Let us go. We have ourselves a race. Off of the race. Oh, look at that. 0.6 though. Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz has himself. Look at Charles Leclerc right in it. We've got to be careful of a cheeky DRS train, right? Although the DRS zone has been restricted. I want to say it's 75 meters as opposed to 100 last year, but still. DRS less effective, lest we forget, because this is a high altitude track, reduces the effectiveness of the aerodynamically efficient cars. 4-9, let's go, Gerhard Berger. Max's IQ's got Mark, he just knows. He's done this a gazillion times. As soon as he finishes this race, wherever he finishes, more than likely first, by the way, at this stage of the Grand Prix, wherever he finishes, he'll be out of the cockpit and into the simulator before you know it, eh? Bloody Nora. Already I'm thinking about the story arc, the narratives, the plot threads at which we need to pull. The gap between Max Verstappen And second place, Carlos Sainz, 0.9 of a second. Already nearly gapping him. Outside of DRS is what Carlos Sainz will be. Bloody not. Probably by the time we get round to the next DRS zone. This time round. What is going on? Who is this Max Verstappen fella, chat? I don't know. Go on then. Your runners and riders. Max Verstappen sets purple, of course. Still leads the race, having nailed it into turn 1, lap 1, as you would expect him to do if past is prologue. Turn 2. Second place, Carlos Sainz, Lando Norris, Leclerc, Hamilton, Russell, K-Mag, Hülkenberg, Gasly, Liam Lawson. Currently stopped. You've got Alex Albon, Yuki Tsunoda coming in to get themselves a cheeky set of medium tyres, I think. Piastri rolling around in 17th. Can you say underperformance, Oscar Pastry? 458 of you in the chat. Do me a favour, smash the like. Genie's got Lewis. Benzi says Max already out of DRS. I know it's nothing. It's simple, isn't it? Or is he Benzi though? He's not. Carlos Sainz still within the DRS and gaining now 0.65. Oh no, gaining big time is Carlos Sainz. He's going to have a nibble. 0.1 behind Max Verstappen was in DRS. He's going to have a nibble, isn't he? Carlos Sainz puts the moves on. Oh no, what's going on? Carlos Sainz has a cheeky go and gets it to look at that last of the late breakers, Carlos Sainz Jr. That's how you do it on Max Verstappen, if indeed you're going to do it. But Max Verstappen trying to do the switchback. Is the switchback on? No, Max Verstappen lacks traction. But running side by side, he's going into the slipstream again now. But Carlos Sainz still has the DRS and he's gapping Max Verstappen as we're going to the next third. Oh, the humanity. How do you like it, F1? It is a double dose. Bloody Nora, 1 detection point, says Martin Brundle, but 2 detections. Don't hate that from Carlos Sainz. Now Carlos Sainz, let's see how quick that red car is, Bloody Nora. Do you see how he took Max Verstappen by surprise, ladies and gents? That's what it's got to be, Scott, if you're going to get him. Genie's loving that. Eddie, this is what's different about us Max fans. We are capable of cheering on. I think, you know what, Eddie? I like it. I like it. And you're right. Oh, wow. Who's that? Carlos Sainz. Yeah. He was about to have a track limit infringement and he jumped off the apex. Bloody Nora, god tier race IQ from Carlos Sainz Jr. The gap, the delta between Max and Carlos for first place, top step of the podium, 0.3. Max will have DRS. Mate, what can I do with an empty battery? Oh no, Max complaining about having an empty battery. He hasn't got anything to fight Carlos Sainz, and now he's falling back into the muggy grips of one Lando no-wins. But Lando needs to realise that he's got to take a cue from Carlos Sainz Jr. and take Max by surprise. Crofty asked the exam question, did Max Verstappen use up too much battery defending to one Carlos Sainz Jr.? Oh no, Lando's made it done. Lando's going to run outside. Max ain't have it. Oh my gosh. Same again, right? Lando's not having that. Lando, where's Lando going? Has he got damage? Oh no, Lando has damage. Fudge. Max Verstappen is fuming. Serious terrorism from Max Verstappen there. I'm not sure, ladies and gents, that you can do that. Oh my goodness. How do you like your automotive pugilism? Lando knows all the way back down to 4th. Yeah, Norris will be fuming at that. Lando knows says this guy's dangerous. Lando knows said Lando Snow said it's going to be the wall in a minute. Wow. Max Verstappen was not having that. I'm not sure. Go on, you tell me what's wrong with him. Vic Challenger, I don't know. I'm not sure that I can love me some Max Verstappen. I'm not sure that I liked those moves from Max. It did look very aggressive from Max. Bloody Nora. Yeah, insane, Mark. I'm not loving that from Max. I think he's got to... If the stewards don't investigate this and give out some penalties, let's have a look. Let's have another look at it between Max and Lando. Deja vu. So Lando gets on the outside and he's ahead at the apex though. Wow. Lando's ahead at the apex this time round. But again, remember, around the outside, if you're defending... No, Lando weren't looking to give that place back at all. And then Max just went up the inside. Wow. Yeah, there's got to be a penalty for Max, I think. Jeez. Wow. How do you like your F1? Yeah, I didn't like that from Max. Max is an absolute top racer. He's a top racer. Derek, Max was ahead at the apex on both. Do you think so, Derek? Go on then. We need to get ourselves he overtook over the track and pushed off. And what's more pertinent here is that they've been discussing this at the driver's briefing, right? Max and Lando had an exchange before the GPDA, the Grand Prix Drivers Association. Alex Ferks is the boss of that. And they were going back and forth trying to argue whether the guidelines need to be amended. If they do need to be amended, what needs to be amended? The drivers were split. There was consensus that Max Verstappen had acted inside of the rules, but not necessarily within the spirit of the sport. And so they're going to go and take that away, the FIA, and amend the guidelines because of aforementioned conversation with a view to come back with an amended set of guidelines. Are they investigating this, or are we going motor racing? You can see the Max Verstappen naysayers already. It's going to be chaos. There's your discussion point. Currently, your runners and riders of this Mexican Grand Prix with 60 laps left on the docket. Scuderia Ferrari bods benefiting from a cheeky entanglement between best mates, Bezzy mates, Max Verstappen and Lando Norris. Top step of the podium currently, you have yourself Carlos Sainz Jr., Charles Leclerc. Those are the quickest machines in this Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc puts in a purple. Verstappen, Norris in third and fourth respectively. Lewis, Russell, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, Gasly and Liam Lawson sees out your point scoring positions. Oh, the humanity. How do you like your Formula One? Pastry, Lord. Yeah, another Ferrari win. It's looking like it, Eddie. This is some of the best action, says Eddie. Oh, the humanity. I don't know what to... I need to see it again and understand and dissect. I think Lando's onto something, though. I think he was ahead. But listen, you've got to... It's not just being ahead at the apex, is it? It's attack. You've got to be on the inside, chap. Inside line privilege and being ahead of the apex. Is that those are the holy trinity as far as this set of rule and regs and the guidelines until they change it between now and Qatar. Oh my gosh, Lando 2 track limits. Are they investigating? Are we investigating on now? I haven't heard anything. Racing chat. Was he ahead at the apex? No. Oh, it's so tight. It's so tight. Oh, he did give him a cheeky love tap. Oh my gosh. What are we doing? 610 of you in the chat. Just having a cheeky look at the replay. Oh, that Max is so aggressive on the brakes. Oh. 10-second penalty for Max. Oh, 10-second penalty for Max Verstappen. Oh no, this makes it interesting, eh? This makes it interesting. Yeah, that was aggressive. I think Lando. Brundle says that was outrageous. This is not bumper cars, chat. But then it's not tiddlywinks. Also, there's a fine. There's a techie. Naughty boy, Max Verstappen. Naughty boy. 10-second penalty, eh? And again, I think they've given this. I think they've been more stern on Max because they've had the conversation at the driver briefing. But Max was driving angry, wasn't he? George Russell having a cheeky look at Lewis. Oof. Currently, your runners and riders. Oh, George Russell looking to have another nibble at Lewis Hamilton, eh? Bloody Nora. This is for fifth between the boys and girls from Mercedes, from Braxley and Brixworth. Oh, the humanity. Your runners and riders with 58 laps remaining on the docket. Sainz, Leclerc, Verstappen, Norris, Hamilton, Russell. Oh no, Verstappen says you've been... Oh no. Just hearing GB communicate. Oh my God. Oh wow. GP communicates 10-second penalty to Max. Max said 10. That's a lot. GP says there was a lot of whinging. There was a lot. Turn 7 was a bit dangerous, Martin. Turn 7 was a bit dangerous, say. Bloody Nora. Is there a double jeopardy thing where you can't give 2 penalties for 1 instance of racing? Genius says about time Max got a penalty. Go on then, you guys tell me. 43% of you saying that Max Verstappen, George Russell and Lewis Hamilton. Oh, round the outside. Oh no. Oh no, Lewis will not be liking that. Round the outside is a bit of a slap in the face, eh? George Russell has that car hooked up much better than does one Sir Lewis Hamilton, 7-time champion, GOAT settings, Mount Rushmore of Formula One. Challenge to Christian Horner. What is winding up MV on the team radio? What a wind-up merchant. I think it was GP Challenger, if I heard it. If you're referring to the message that I just heard, it was Giampiero Lambiase, Max Verstappen's race engineer. Oh, wow. Lewis Hamilton, a late move. A day later, the dollar short from Martin Brundle is the signified a turn of phrase that he leverages at that move from Lewis Hamilton defending to one George Russell. Oh, and breathe. No smoke without 4 years. Oh, wow. Come on, guys. Charlie's taking the mick. Beef between Scuderia Ferrari, guys. What are we doing here? But Charles Leclerc, you'll remember, Carlos, is the man that they chose to keep. So if there's ever going to be team orders, can you imagine they sabotage Carlos with the timing of the... is that the next prediction? Do they sabotage Carlos Sainz with the timing? A cheeky undercut from Charles Leclerc. Carlos Sainz comes out of his first pit stop and all he can see is the gearbox of Charles Leclerc. Oh, the humanity. Max Verstappen has not improved his driving game. He was just driving from the front, so overtaking skills. I disagree, Sentient. I disagree. That's selective evidence that you're looking at there, sir. Please see Imola. Please see Barcelona. Please see Canada. As we're getting Fernando Alonso retiring. He just needs Adrian Newey, doesn't he? Aston Martin need a new wind tunnel, which they're getting. Come online very soon. End of this year, so I'm told. And it needs Adrian Newey in place. 700 of you watching concurrently. We are 56 laps remaining on the docket currently. Your top three, Sainz, Leclerc, Verstappen. Summarise cheeky love kiss entanglement settings between Messrs Lando Norris and Verstappen yet again. It's like I feel like Max Verstappen was fuming that he didn't have enough battery to defend. Oh, wow. Leclerc told to keep it clean. 1.8 seconds in the gap between the Scuderia Ferrari pairing. But I feel like Max Verstappen was fuming, wasn't he? He was driving angry, not having had enough battery to defend to a surprise attack from one Carlos Sainz Jr. But again, I think the Ferrari is just quicker than that Red Bull. Again, go back to Tom Clarkson urging, imploring one Max Verstappen to understand your race circumstance on a race-by-race basis. Is Max Verstappen capable of winning this race? Notwithstanding his not insubstantial skill behind the wheel, probably not. Look how far those Ferraris are down the road. Already the gap between Charles Leclerc and one Maximilian Verstappen is 4.3 seconds. Oh, the humanity. Two-tiered race, right? Ferrari and the rest. Go on then, Checo. Let's have a... Oh my gosh, Checo on Liam Lawson, eh? This means something. Liam Lawson is not going to want to give up that position. He's going to want to cause some problems to Checo Perez. Let's see how many laps Liam Lawson can hold the incumbent Red Bull Racing driver off for. The man formerly known as the Mexican Minister of Defense. 570 if you're watching concurrently. Mindfunk 10-second penalty is correct. Go on then, let's put that poll out. Jeez, 10 seconds. I wonder who's on the steward's docket. I bet Johnny Herbert will be in there somewhere, earning £300 a day. £300 a day to be a steward at an F1 race. What are they doing? This is why you have this. This is why none of these chaps can be full-time. It's nonsense. £300 a day. You can't even buy Weetabix with that if you were a Formula F1 driver or former F1 driver even. Right. Max. Did Max deserve... Go on then, Checo. Matthew Brown, you're a legend. You guys let me know whether Max deserved that 10-second penalty. Vamonos! Vamonos! But Checo Perez still hasn't done it. He's going to have to be careful here. Chew your automotive pit. Oh no, it's clumsy. Lawson hangs it though. And oh, let's go, Liam. Incredible defense, sir. Checo, you're going to have to oh no, Checo loses traction. Let's go, Liam Lawson. Checo lost some pieces. Bloody nose slow at the corner. Maybe he's lost something. Has he lost the end plate of his front wing. I can't see. Matthew Brown, you're a legend and far too kind, sir. 606 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour, por favor. Vámonos. Viva la raza and smash the like button. Matthew Brown. Max will always be my driver, but that was something where his pride really needs to be pushed aside and let him by. What have you done, Max? Oh, the humanity. Bloody Nora. But he's going to, I think he's going to try and eke out that 10 seconds, isn't he? What the fudge is this idiot doing, says Checo. Is he okay? Checo Perez using the London slang. Is he okay? Is this fella okay? Bloody Nora, Checo. 6:30 if you're watching concurrently. Do me a favour, smash the like. As Checo Perez now falling into the hands of Lance Stroll. Oh, the humanities. Lance Stroll going to add insult to injury and pull the switch back on Checo Perez through the S's. I hope not, Checo. Vámonos, Checo. Get moving, mate. Get your head in. You've already lost. I mean, to lose out to Liam Lawson in an RB Visa cash up when you are driving an RB20, a Red Bull one. Oh, no. He's lost out to Lance Stroll. Oh no, Lance Stroll forced to go off the track. Goes, oh no, it's messy, isn't it? Checo's desperate, man. It's messy. Challenge Checo sacked. I think he needs to be put out of his misery. I said before the race, right, that pity, indifference. Oh, Max Verstappen. Another 10-second penalty for Maximilian Verstappen. Oh, the humanity. This now becomes very big for the championship. So the challenge to Max is, can he get his head down? It's irrelevant now. It's all sunk cost. 611 if you're watching concurrently. Max Verstappen has been given another 10-second penalty. Martin Brundle makes the point that turn 7 was more dangerous, right? The way that he's pushed Lando off the track suddenly at pace. 2 10-second penalties, an entire pit stop for Max Verstappen. Challenge for Max now, if he is who people say he is, and I am one of those people, he needs to get his head down, stay cool, vent, have a little bit of a chat with Gianpiero Lambiase, your race engineer, get your head back in the game. This could be money though for Lando and Norris. Let's look at the gaps. 30, 20 seconds. Max Verstappen currently 6 seconds adrift of Carlos Sainz Jr. for first place. But let's have a look. Who's 20 seconds adrift? Bloody Nora. As at the time of writing, that puts Maximilian Verstappen down behind. Wow. All the way back just in front of Checo Perez for 11th. Oh my gosh. 71% of you say that Max Verstappen deserved. I asked the question, did he deserve 10 seconds? I'm going to have to reframe that. Did he deserve a second? Oh my gosh. Liam Lawson says, is he effing serious? Loud and clear. We'll review it. Head down. Liam Lawson. Liam Lawson takes the first battle between himself and the incumbent, one Checo Perez, formerly known as the Mexican Minister of Defense. You runners and riders, with 51 laps of this 71-lap race remaining as we take another look at Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll was ahead under braking. Oh, this is messy. It's just messy, isn't it? All over the shop. Give them both 10 seconds, you know what I mean? For being messy. Therefore, go on, runners and riders then. So, oh my gosh, Oscar. Why is Oscar go around the outside of Colapinto? Fair play. I don't hate that from Oscar, finally. But Oscar, I mean, why are you all the way down there in 12th, chap? Should be up, let's the Lando nose. Franco Colapinto going to have another nibble at Oscar Pastry. But Oscar Pastry, too late on the brakes. Again, he's got a better car than Colapinto. Colapinto was on a hide into nothing quite. 5-3, of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour and smash the like. Blatant corruption, says Michael. Wow. Geez, 10-second penalty incoming for Perez, potentially. 6-15 of you watching concurrently. Your runners and riders, Carlos Sainz, Leclerc and Max Verstappen top out your podium positions, although bake into your calculations the fact that Max Verstappen currently has a 20-second penalty. As at the time of writing, that will take him down to 10th. 1 point for 10th. Quids in then Lando Norris. Lando Norris needs to try and win this race, does he not? With a view to bridge that gap. The gap between Messrs Norris for the Drivers' Championships. We're currently 57. Look at Horner. Horner having a cheeky a fiddle of his nails. They look scared, don't they? Max Verstappen is going to go scorched earth when he gets back in. So Verstappen now has a 20-second penalty. Is the communication to George. George says, wow. Wow. Bloody Nora. And again, I think this is on the back of the driver's briefing that they had. They had a conversation. Bloody Nora. Now he's catching Max. Oh. Lando, oh no. He is. There's danger again, isn't it? Max is just going to go scorched earth. I think he realised if they crash, they crash, eh? 1.1 second. Of course, it's going to test the regulations, Martin Brundle. That's why they need to go away and write them. No, rewrite them properly, for Pete's sake. Put some to what? Define the apex at the outset terms. What did we do? What's the point? 539 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour. You know what to do already. McLaren F1 Racers, Horny Horner settings. See Paul's laughing macaroni. What is going on here? Max Verstappen over the radio. Communication, you've been given another 10-second time penalty for leaving the track and giving advantage in internet. That's Verstappen responds, that's silly. That's fine, but it's silly. Silly. Oh. No further investigation from Lawson and Perez. Lawson staying ahead. Lambiase having a cheeky chat with Christian Horner. Cheeky Starbucks on the grid as well. Giovanni Agnelli, you're a legend. I think Max returning to old ways within his headspace. I don't think he's level-headed enough to keep cool and get his head down to claw back the lost time. Loving your commentary, by the way, Giovanni. You're far too kind. And you know what? This is what I'm going to try and stay balanced here. You guys know I love myself and Max Verstappen when he's at his peak. Lethal, clinical even. But I mean, if he gets attable, it is where you can take him out of his comfort zone, right? Carlos Sainz pulls the maneuver. Here's what I will say. I don't think Lando and Max have the interaction that they had if Carlos Sainz doesn't pull the surprise on Max Verstappen. And I suppose, therefore, Max, you could argue, needs to compartmentalise these dalliances, right? These wheel-to-wheel interactions. Carlos Sainz was sunk cost. So deal then with Lando Norris as you dealt with him last race. I don't know. It's techie. It's techie. Low oxygen content in the air is evident. Oh, Macon. Techie. AFCA. $2 Timu. Would be the same old school F1, mate. How the fudge, says Nico, did he deserve 20-second penalty? 20 seconds. 10 seconds worth. It's techie, isn't it? So the turn 8 incident was aggressive. You could argue that he definitely deserved 10 seconds for that. The other 10 seconds you can debate all day. Bloody Nora. Let's go for a cool 1 minute, Max. Oh, the humanity. Oscar Piastri gets it done. On Franco Colapinto. And now ahead of Lance Stroll. Up into 11th. Get a move on Oscar Jack. Do you know what I mean? Come on, chap. Should it be down in first place? Number 81. Macon member. Kayla, got to give credit to Norris for trying to avoid. Yeah, true. And to be fair to Peter D. Windsor, he spoke to this, right? That Lando's gift is avoiding contact. And again, it sounds a bit noddy, but that was something that Alain Prost had down pat, didn't it? And now Lando's just going to be scared he's going to be super scared. How do you do it? Lando Norris said, this is dangerous. It's going to be the war next time. It's inevitable, eh? I fear that these guys are going to come together at some point. Is Yuki feeling the pressure from 100%? Thank you so much, Paddy. You're a legend. Paddy's flub. Oh no, it's going again, isn't it? No, Lando Norris on the gearbox of Max Verstappen. Set it up, Lando, properly. Here's the blueprint then. Does Lando My tyres aren't holding on, guys. Max Verstappen is... but he sounds reasonably calm, right? Crofty makes the point. Does Lando Norris just hold on now? What's the point in having another go at Max Verstappen unless it's clean? Yeah. Lando... Martin Brundle makes the point. You've got to set it up properly. Give back the place. Yeah, Brundle's right. GP should have said, yeah, GP's right. So the 10 second is more costly to Max than if he'd give back that place. But Max is never going to give back that place. Never. Go on then, Lando. Lando having a cheeky look. Lando, you've got to take it by surprise, chap. If you telegraph it, if it's the same move as it always is, Max Verstappen will see it coming. I'm nervous now, guys. I can't even tell a lie. Palms are sweaty. Mom's spaghetti. I'm nervous. 62 of you watching could currently do me a favour and smash your like, as we're about to see ourselves another dalliance, another wheel-to-wheel entanglement potentially between one Lando Norris and Max Verstappen. Can you say danger? Lando, and this is the problem, right, when you're racing Max Verstappen, that he does weaponize fear. I'm not even on track and I feel nervous for Lando Norris. Maybe the play. Oh, I don't know what Lando does here. He's got to set it up. He has to set it up. Drop them lights. You're a legend, Frank Macon. Boxing Max. We won't see. Well, oh yeah, there we go. Box. And we could all breathe a sigh of relief, eh? Jeez. All right, so Lando needs to go. I think they might have done that strategically because Max is... Oh, jeez. Brundle makes a salient point that the undercut isn't especially powerful around here. Sainz is gapping Leclerc. Let's go. Oh, they're actually taking the penalty. Wow. They're taking the penalty. Stop and go. That's a long time. Go on and Max, over to you, chap. Max Verstappen takes the 20-second penalty in the pit stop. I thought he was just going to tack it on. But again, he's got it too early, right? If you take the pit stop, then you've got to take the 20 seconds. You can only tack it on at the end if you don't come into the pits. Go on, then Max Verstappen comes out where? Behind Esteban Ocon down in 15th. Oh my goodness. Lando Norris up into third, 12 seconds behind Carlos Sainz Jr. Carlos Sainz Jr., by the way, putting on a clinic. Do you know what I mean? What, you're gonna flotsam and jetsam me? Carlos Sainz is saying to Scuderia Ferrari, John Elkann, Frederick Vasseur. What? I'm who you're going to get rid of. You want me to drive to... Well, let me show you what you're missing. You know what I mean? You're going to miss all my technical feedback, all that I bring to the upgrade party as far as a project, a Scuderia Ferrari SF24 project going forward. It is a shame that Carlos Sainz has had such a great material input into this project. And now when it's getting good, now when they have a car capable of winning races and therefore championships, now Carlos Sainz won't be a principal benefactor. Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc, aka modern day Jean Alesi, will. Oh, and by the way, for those that said Charles Leclerc was going to gap and nail themselves one Carlos Sainz Jr., well, what are you saying now? Therefore, 718 of you watching concurrently, do me a favour and smash the like. Use this clean air as the advice that Lando Norris is getting. Get moving and make sure you keep the car cool. Lift and coast settings into turn 1 as an example. Oof. 766 of you watching concurrently. Carlos is injured. Carlos has been on the money. Put some respect on Carlos Sainz's name. Do you know what I mean? How very dare Scuderia Ferrari treat that man in the way that they've treated. How very dare they? Put some respect on Carlos Sainz's name. Gapping Charles Leclerc, aka modern day Jean Alesi, to the tune. 28 laps in the books. 7 seconds is the delta. Let us go. I do not hate that at all. Carlos Sainz is the man. What do you mean? Smooth operator. Man from Madrid. Magic. Settings. Oh, let us go. Go on then, chap. Daniel says, Max can bring it back to points. Damage limit. It is damage limitation. Per Tom Clarkson of the Beyond the Grid Race podcast. Eddie, to the people saying, imagine what it'd be like, what it'd look like if everyone drove like Max. Are you not entertained? I know, that's a good point. It was a bit dangerous though. Eddie. Joe P says, Carlos crying because Charles was applying pressure to him. It's so funny to me. If the roles were reversed, Cam would be screaming, let them race. Potentially, Joe P. Guilty as charged, mate. But you got to, do you know what I mean? Don't hate the player, hate the game. Like, sometimes you got to... Have you not done Carlos Sainz dirty enough at this stage? Scuderia Ferrari, red team from Maranello. I think you can give him this one. You know what I mean? When he's at Williams, what chance does he have of winning race victories? Karmic justice is a thing, and he's contributed to the development of this car absolutely more than Charles Leclerc has. And oh my God. Matt's going to have to try and get past the lead. Oh no. Oh no. It's techie. It is techie. 666 of you guys watching concurrently, do me a favour and smash the like. Not that I'm superstitious. Not that I'm very superstitious. 3-horse race out front, says Martin Brundle, and I don't disagree necessarily. Oh my gosh. Red Bull nightmare event. All of it self-inflicted, says Martin Brundle. Bloody know what big deltas for the front cars. The red cars are gone, right? Runners and riders. With 42 laps remaining on the docket, Sainz, Leclerc, Norris, Russell, Magnussen in 5th, Lawson in 6th, Piastri in 7th, Colapinto just nails Hulkenberg. Well, Hulkenberg's just gone into your pits. Colapinto up into 8th, 9th. You've got one Lewis Hamilton, and Bottas sees out your point scoring positions. Oh, the humanity. Sainz is the best. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Yes, he's not a bad driver. Daniel, Max can bring it back to the point. I've read that already, but I don't disagree necessarily. It's 71% of you. 71% of you saying that Max deserved the 10-second, but I don't. He deserved at least 1 10-second say. As sad as it is for me to say that, sometimes you got to. We will never, for the avoidance of doubt, sacrifice truth value at the altar of partisanship or confirmation bias. Bear with. I'm going to open up one of these windows. I'm back in 2 seconds, promise. And we are back. I apologise. Hotter than a mofo in this place. I feel like I need to do some lift and coast. What's going on here? Do you know what I mean? Get the aircon on in winter. It's the 27th of the 10th, 2024 in the UK. And in my house, it feels like Jamaica. What are we doing? 62, if you're watching concurrently, do me a favour and smash the like. Nate says Mercedes performing the undercut. Yeah, I don't hate that. I don't hate that. Let's take stock. Let's take stock. Who's pitted? So Lewis is pitted for hards. Yeah, fair play. All right, so let's look at the gap between. So yeah, he's plenty here. George Russell's going. Charles Leclerc pits for a set of hards. More time. Most of the time, it's going to be a one-stop around here, barring a cheeky safety car. The safety car deployment that we had early on in the race, courtesy of one Yuki Tsunoda of RB Visa Cash App notoriety, makes this as near as makes no difference. Nailed on one stop. Oof, Charles Leclerc. Let's go 3.1. Decent stop, Curran. That's a bit slow, mate, for me. Onto the hard tyre goes one Charles Leclerc. Lando Norris too, eh? Bloody Nora. I'm behind here. Lewis Hamilton goes purple. Let's go. Green shoots of hope and optimism. Cope and hope is the drink that Lewis Hamilton fans all around the world will be looking to absorb. And again, he slots out behind, looking to try a cheeky overcut on George Russell, but no chance. Purple. That's why Lewis has gone purple, eh? With a view to try and nab one George Russell. Critical times of the race, 519. If you're watching concurrently, do me a favour and smash the like. Fair play. It's mild for the. Oh, I don't even understand what's going on, McLaren. This is chaos. It's almost too warm. My circadian rhythm can't cope. Carlos told box. He says no, one more lap. Come on, guys. 31 seconds is the delta. That should be enough for Carlos Sainz to come in the pits, and if they mess this pit stop up, there we go, nice and smooth. 2.7 seconds for Carlos Sainz. Gains himself an extra half a second over his teammates, one Charles Leclerc, aka modern day Jean Alesi. That should be good enough for Carlos Sainz, eh? Should be good enough. 2.7 seconds for Carlos Sainz. Don't hate that. Norris gained on Leclerc. Yep, so the difference between shot, well, kind of, but do you know what I mean? Still got nearly like 5 seconds in hand, 39 laps remaining. Oh, the humanity. Top 10. Sainz, Leclerc, Norris, Lawson going long. Up. Liam Lawson looking to benefit, as he did last race, from a cheeky safety car rate, a discounted pit stop. George Russell up into 5th. Oscar Piastri still on mediums, yet to pit 2 in 6th. Hamilton, Colapinto, Verstappen already up into 9th. Do you see what's transpiring here, ladies and gents? Do you see what's transpiring here? Giovanni, legend. Ferrari bring back from future F1 success is understanding that there are 2 drivers in your team. Too much politics at Maranello. Not sure how Sir Lewis will fare in such a Machiavellian environment. Oh, the humanity, Giovanni. George saying we could have done 2 laps more. See, Giovanni, it's a bit techie, this. I don't know. I don't know, Giovanni. I don't know how to respond to that. It will be all right. So it will get very politicky. It will get very politicky. Oh, bloody Nora. Bear with me, guys. I'm coming back, I promise. I'm sorry. I apologise. After that very brief, unscheduled interval. It's my little man in the background. He's not having it. Meant to be in bed and shouting "Daddy, Daddy." No change, however. Luckily, 36 laps in the books. Sainz, Leclerc, and Norris complete your podium positions. Again, top story thus far, cheeky entanglement between one Lando Norris again and Maximilian Verstappen. 617 of you were patient, and I thank you for bearing with me. Sometimes in real life you've got to do some things. I can't have my little man just running around. He needs to go back to bed. Skull Cow, they're leaving Piastri out to die. Go on then, let's have a gander. Let's have a cheeky gander. And Giovanni, you're a legend. I think I need to... Have I addressed that? Giovanni, if I haven't answered your question properly, Max Verstappen nailing another person here. Who's that? Colapinto. Up into 8th already. Oh, the humanity. He's looking to damage limit, isn't he? Damage limitation exercise. Max is hunting, says Daniel. Challenger, you are excused. Thank you so much. I apologise. Pastry going to pit yet? No, he's going long, isn't he? May as well, though. What else is he going to do? I think both Pastry and, well, Lawson no longer because he's come in. I know he hasn't come in. He started on hards, didn't he? So Pastry going long, anticipating, trying to fluke himself a cheeky, discounted pit stop if indeed there's another safety car. I don't think there will be another. My spidey senses are telling me there's not going to be another safety car. 5'8", one of you watching, can you go and touch Checo Perez in whilst you're at it, says Faze. It's true. Are they delaying Oscar for Max? Oh, I did not clock that. But by the time Max gets to him, he won't have any tyres left, eh? He won't have any tyres left. And well, maybe, I don't know. Angry Masters of Facts, Max. Damn, bruv. He's so good. And he's very good, Eddie. I can't hate. Let me get myself back on screens. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Get yourself together, Cameron. Oof. What a race. It hasn't been a brilliant race. It's simmered more than come to the boil properly, as George Russell looks like that's a track infringements issue, right? If Leclerc, oh wow, broken front wing, says Brundle. Oh yeah, it's broken. The front right portion of George Russell's flap, as we're talking about flexi wings, eh? It's. No, it's not dangerous. No black and white flags. Who enjoyed RPM today? Troy. I did have a look. As controversial as that dude is, he says some stuff, right? He skirts the line, the very fine line between PC and isms. But he does leverage all the isms. But I did have a chuckle. I'm not going to tell any lies. A bit of Pando Porris. I don't even know why that's funny. It appeals to my inner child. Agree if you sculpt the wing looks bad. I think he'll be all right though. Is he losing time? Let's have a cheeky look at the delta between Lewis and George. I mean, it's not like Lewis is catching him massively all of a sudden. The delta between the Mercedes pairing is 3.2 seconds. Still 3.2 seconds. Not going anywhere. So he can still drive Max. Oh my gosh, Max is a very dangerous man. Imagine if he encroaches up behind. Look at this. Do you see? Where's Checo now? 16th. Max being advised, lift and coast, chap. Lift and coast. But look at this. Look where Checo Perez is. So you mean to tell me that Checo Perez is sat down there in 16th? Max Verstappen already up to 7th and Checo Perez just nowhere to be seen, of course. After having sat in the pits for 20 seconds. What is the point, Checo? Go away, chap. RPN dark comedy as it used to be and still could be. Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Is Russell trans? I don't know what you mean. Hilarious, Troy. Yeah, no, it's a good video. Pando Porridge. Pando Porris or something like that. I don't know what he's on about. For his fast crossing figures for 2025, I know. And again, how quickly the F1 gods smile and frown upon these drivers respectively. A couple of races back, Silverstone say it looked like it was a massive mistake, the biggest mistake in F1 history, Lewis leaving Mercedes, because it looked like they developed themselves a bloody car, and now all of a sudden they're going backwards and they look more like W13 than W15. Colapinto says something is wrong with the steering, strange, gets worse, gets stiff and then goes soft. Again, nobody likes a steering wheel whose feel is not linear. 646 of you watching concurrently, do me a favour and smash a like. Oscar Pastry, 40 laps on medium tyres. I should stop saying that, right? I can't use somebody else's moniker. Need to create my own. Shows a distinct creativity or lack thereof. Franco Colapinto and Magnussen having a cheeky dalliance. Where's Colapinto in respect to Alex Albon is out. Bloody Nora. Pressure cooker any Alex Albon. 40 laps in the books. 32 laps remaining. Not very many plots, eh? They only plot. Oh my gosh, Max Verstappen up to 7th already. Go on then, Max and Oscar up and coming. Wow. Max is going to work his way back up, right back up to Lando and Norris in short order, isn't he? So go on then. The gap between Lando and Max. Look, as there you go. Oscar Piastri comes into the pits. No plan. Project told that Max to speak of as far as Oscar's concerned. Max Verstappen up to 6th already. Hang on. What's going on? 39 seconds shy of Carlos Sainz Jr. What the hell? Mate, I feel like we're going to be eulogising about Max Verstappen's comeback drive. Leclerc picking at the pace on hards. Let's go. Penalties will cost Max 4 points. No big deal. Bloody Nora, Michael. Chaos. How's he done that? He's just so much faster than the rest, right? Both because of the car and his driving. Oof. Oof. Lance Stroll on Checo Perez. Just sack it off now, Checo. What's the point, mate? What is the point? Is my son up again? Oh, God. Mr. Man walking around. I'm going to have to go and deal with him again in a minute, aren't I? Bloody nut. What is Checo Perez doing? And Checo's dad has the gall, the plain-faced cheek to say that we haven't seen the best from him yet, that he's going to win championship if he has a car. But he's got a car because the other dude in that same car is about to win his 4th championship back to back to back to back. So what are you talking about, Checo Perez's dad, Antonio Perez Garibay? What are we doing here? 6:28 if you're watching. Show some love to Hulk Mag for keeping pace. Yeah, I don't hate it. Haas have been quick all weekend though, no. Max will struggle behind 2 Mercedes. I'm not sure he will. S2 or $2 Timu. I don't think he will. I think he'll nail them fairly quickly. It's getting really dark. There's nothing that's going to hit the checker. True. Getting really dark. Potential for rain in Mexico. Bloody Nora. On this, the 27th of the 10th, 2024. Let's go. There could be still action yet. Lawson about to spank Perez. Let's go. I don't mind that. Oh, you've just seen it. What is he doing? What is Checo doing? Yeah, just hang it up now, Checo. What's the point, chap? I mean, may as well just the optics and that. Just give it. Just go rain potentially. Oh, rain. Keep an eye on the weather radar. He's my little man up again. Guys, it's techie. Overcast threat of rain. Oh, the humanity. How poor of McLaren is it to hold Max up? Do they want Lando to win it? Oh no, they should have leveraged that a little bit. But I think Oscar was at 30 laps remaining. Max Verstappen already complaining about tyres, apparently, as we get a picture of the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Isms himself, Dr. Helmut Marko of Red Bull GmbH. Oscar Piastri just nailing an Alpine. Take that. Esteban Ocon, 1 Alpine down, 1 Alpine to go for Oscar Piastri. He has a name, and his name is Pierre Gasly. Go on then, let's have a look at your runners and riders, your biggest gains. Zhou Guan Yu having a good time with it, although still 5 places adrift of his teammate Valtteri Bottas, who for the avoidance of doubt doesn't have a contract either. Colapinto up 8 places into 8th. Oh, the humanity. Max Verstappen. Oh, wow. Rain. Oh, wow. George Russell says, I've got drops on my visor. Not Dottie Perez in last place, says my Dottie. I mean, I want to argue. I do want to be nice, but how can I? Can Max take on both Mercedes? Absolutely. Do we know who Max Verstappen is at this one? Sounds like George is hitting the brakes a little bit too hard again. He needs to be careful of that. Let's have a look at the gap between the Mercedes pair. 29, still 3 seconds, although three flat rather than 3.5. Lewis Hamilton is catching up George Russell, but not at the lick that you would expect if indeed George Russell's front wing damage is terminal. 29 laps remaining, 43 in the books. Interesting race, chat, I'm telling you. But Carlos Sainz has the whip hand, eh? Never in that. And the joke is, you know what? I will tell you guys, I had a chat with Baxter about putting some money on, if I were a betting man, of course, on Carlos Sainz, because Carlos Sainz's price pre-race was astronomical. It's like the odds at the bet. Oh my gosh, 13-2. Meaning, therefore, if you put 2 quids on, you'll get 13 back. 6.5 to 1. What's that? 1 over the disrespect. They said that Carlos Sainz had 13.33%, 33 recurring percent chance of winning this race. Pre-race nonsense. How very dare they put some respect on Carlos Sainz's name? Although, still don't bet against Max Verstappen, eh? Not on this channel, we don't. Not as at October of 2024. Never ever. Inters, please. No, not yet, Troy. I get the joke though. Here we go. The gods must be crazy. Will Piastri catch Max? Looking rapid on the hards. So let's look at the delta between Oscar. That's a plot line. 60 seconds adrift of the race lead is one Oscar Jack Piastri. 20 seconds down the road is one Max Verstappen. It's going to get techie. All depends on the extent to which Max's tyres deg. Although, if memory serves, if past his prologue, I feel like 2 plots I'm clinging on to. The fact, I know I'm referring to Cota. 2021 Cota is when Max held off Lewis on much older rubber, isn't it? But still, he manages his tyres really well. I think he'll be all right. I think Max might be exaggerating the extent to which he's feeling the impact of tyre deg. He's in the pits now. Checo in the pits. I mean, what's the point? Just park it up, Checo. Park it up, Checo. Put all of us out of our misery at this point, chap. Relax yourself. You know what I mean? 5 seconds is the gap between the Scuderia Ferrari pairing. You are right. Well, 6.3 as at the time of writing. Carlos is managing though, isn't he? This is just... This is calm. This is calm. Carlos Sainz, ladies and gentlemen. How do you like your F1? Carlos Sainz putting Charles under manners, eh? Carlos has been really good, man. The plot line after this Grand Prix will be as follows. How very dare Scuderia Ferrari put this driver in the bin? He's not flotsam and jetsam F1. Williams are so poor that they do not deserve a driver like Carlos Sainz Jr. Is it going to rain is the question, as we have 45 laps in the books. Therefore, we have quick maths, 26 remaining on the dock. It's been a weird race, isn't it? Don't know. I need for you guys to rate this race. Bots, Checo could unbox his way out of a paper bag. Oh, the humanity, Paisley. Leveraging some linguistic double entendre. $2 Timu, embarrassing from Checo. Piastri's 2 seconds faster. Go on, let me have a look at this. I'm not paying attention to the deltas. As we have 26 laps remaining, 46 in the docket. I think the more that you hear me refer to the number of laps is the more that I feel like I'm getting bored by the race. No stakes. Again, stasis between the lap leaders, the race leaders even. Scuderia Ferrari, Carlos Sainz 6.2 seconds down the road from one Checo Perez, although Lando Norris goes purple, but he's 10 seconds adrift, an additional 4 seconds adrift. Are we going to get our salt? If we get rain towards the end, no rain expected, but people are looking up. Oof. Can you imagine if we get rain towards the last, rain at the rain over the last 5-10 laps? The racing gods would have been kind to us. I'm telling you, Kenny, you're a legend. But don't we want Lewis in a faster car at 100%? 100%. If we are Ferrari, if you're a Lewis Hamilton fan, seeing him as the stakes and the story and the it's just very romantic as far as F1 peddlers. F1 fans even in the community. Great first half. Boring second half. I agree with that. The deltas seem to be locked in. Yeah, it's Mexico, isn't it? Hard to overtake. Lift and coast. Managing cooling. We need mandatory. Oh, you sound like Karun Mahmoud. Karun suggested this on his Ask Me Anything. That if he was to change one thing, he'd mandate 2 stops each and every single race. More circumstances. More stakes. More variables to deal with. No rain, George. Does Sainz have that offer from a top? I keep hearing about that, Scott. Well, we'll find out, right? We'll find out when they sack Checo Perez. Oh, my little man is up. I'm going to have to go and deal with him. Give us chaos. All hail Eris, God of Chaos. Let's go, Paisley. 716 of you watching concurrently. Forgive me. I need to go and deal with my little man again because he's going to go and do himself some daño. 47 laps in the books. Therefore, Not many remaining. Bear with. I promise I'll be back. I apologise. 747 if you're watching concurrently, do me a favour and smash the like. I'll be back in short order. I apologise. Life happens. Boom. And we are back. Hopefully my young man will not get up again. Do you know what I mean? My apologies. 21 laps remaining. And this is has this banged? You guys let me know. Has this race become boring? We need rain, don't we? Come on, racing gods. Give us rain. Here comes Lewis Hamilton. Here comes Lewis Hamilton indeed. 0.620. Oh, it's going to get techie, isn't it? Between the Mercedes Ferrari. Let's go. I think we have ourselves some racing to do. Go on then. Go on then. Let's go. 479 of you have bared with me. Born with me. You guys are legends. Visco Techie. Visco says, what does Visco say? So Lewis 1 second behind. Rossiol. My gosh, Nisco. Oh. That is, I apologise, living, but you know what I mean. Sometimes in real life overtakes Formula One. We have 20 laps remaining, and the stakes are as thus. Let me bring up my timing sheets. Carlos Sainz down the road. He's got this under manners, hasn't he? It's Carlos Sainz's Grand Prix to lose this, and barring reliability issues / accidents, it will be his to win. Charles Leclerc following Carlos Sainz around the track. 6.1 seconds adrift is the Scuderia Ferrari man, Charles Leclerc, aka modern day Journalese. Norris in third, having had a cheeky altercation, even wheel-to-wheel combat with his arch nemesis, former friend, the one they call Maximilian Verstappen, 3 soon-to-be 4-time champion. What do you mean? Between Norris and Verstappen are Messrs Russell and Hamilton competing therefore for 4th place. The gap between them both, half a second. Lewis needs to set this up right. Needs to chew his food before he swallows. 21 laps remaining, still 54, 52 even in the books. Get your words out, Cameron. What are you doing? 562 if you're watching concurrently. And I appreciate Cameron's pit stop still better than Checo's. Absolutely not, Sivo. Not as quick, not as efficient. Do you know what I mean? 2.7 seconds, I wish. No, sometimes you got to deal with a little man. Operator. Who thinks Hamilton is... Oh, operator, don't do it. I can't cope with it, chap. Emotionally, I'm far too fragile at this point in the race with 19 laps remaining to deal with such a topic. Although this is what they're going to be broaching. This is going to be the topic after the race. Did Ferrari... Go on then, let's get it. Are we going to get a cheeky... As Lewis... Okay, so it's going to get techie. 68% of you think that Max deserved himself a 10-second penalty, let alone 20. Maybe I should put that to the vote. But I want you guys to tell me. Here we go. We're going to get techie as we round third base on the stream with 18 laps remaining. You guys tell me. I'm typing in blasphemy. I can't believe I'm typing blasphemy like this, but I'm going to type it and we can have a discussion about it. As we round third base, did Ferrari make a mistake signing Lewis? Because that's all that everyone's going to be talking about after this race. You guys told me, and let's get techie as we round third base, because that's all that everybody's going to be talking about. Carlos Sainz is far too good to be driving for Williams. Why did John Elkann do it? In F1, as marketing and branding become too much when they overly prioritise the symbiosis of brand Hamilton and brand Scuderia Ferrari. Is it too techy now? Has Ferrari lost in its essence? Have they put purity of the sport to the side at the altar, of course, of marketing and shareholder value? That's all that everyone's going to be talking about, and you guys can tell me. 54% if you say Lewis, they made a mistake signing Lewis. Oh, the humanity. What are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know how I feel about this, but we're going to have an honest and grown-up conversation, right? Look how good Carlos Sainz is. You imagine if Carlos Sainz can get close to Charles Leclerc, having raced one less race courtesy of his appendicitis surgery. Have a cheeky look at where they are in the driver standings. Not that far, eh? He's going to gain another 7 points. Let's have a look. Although Charles has been brilliant this year, let's be honest. We can all talk. We can all say that, eh? Move away, F1 adverts. I don't care for you. 215 plays 247. No, that's a lie. Oh my gosh, 215 plays 275. He's nowhere near. 60 points is the delta between Carlos and Charles. He's not even close. And after this race, that will reduce by 7. 43 points. Bloody Nora. Sorry, tell her why. 60 points. So 57. 53 points would be the gap between the Scuderia. He's been good though, Charles has this year. 53 points is enough to... You know what I mean? Now, I suppose it isn't Charles or Carlos, though, is it? It's Lewis or Carlos will be the conversation. As at the question that you guys are asking or answering for, even, as at the 27th of the 10th, 2024, is Carlos Sainz a better proposition? Can he add more value to a team than one Sir Lewis Hamilton, 7-time champion? Andrew Benson said on the Checkered Flag podcast, even. Get your words out, Cameron. Here was his supposition. If you have the opportunity, if you're a team on the grid in 2024 and Lewis Hamilton comes on the market, you can't just not sign him. You can't. That's Lewis Hamilton. The value that he brings to the team and the entity as a finance proposition. You've got to sign him, eh? Deal with the ramifications. Oscar getting closer. 62 seconds adrift is Oscar Piastri off the race lead. But he's gaining a Max is what he's doing. 14. Not that much though. 14, 17 seconds. 17 seconds is the diff between Yeah, 17 seconds is the diff between Verstappen and Piastri. It was 20 seconds before my cheeky put my little man to bed break. He's not gaining him quick enough, right? And then he's got all this traffic to navigate as well. I don't think Oscar Piastri will catch one Maximilian Verstappen. Question is, will Max catch himself some Sir Lewis Hamilton? Probably not. 12 seconds in the delta. Biggest winners and losers. Oscar Piastri up eight places. Esteban Ocon up 5. Oscar Piastri, Maximilian Verstappen, either biggest loser 4, but he's going to nullify that, isn't he? He'll just lose, mate. You're going to give that dude a 20-second penalty, and then he gets back to where he was. Nothing to see here. I wouldn't mind seeing Max and Lando on the podium together so that they're forced to interact. 600 if you're watching concurrently. Do me a favour and smash whoosh the like. Double points for Haas. Don't hate that they're outperforming. Timu, is Lewis going to a Diddy party after the race? Bloody Nora. How very dare you. Again, rocket powered Mohawk didn't hesitate to put a torch on that circumstance. Lewis Hamilton has deleted all of his tweets. Can you blame? You can't. Sometimes your friends do some reckless stuff. Well, reckless is an understatement if we're talking about characterising, putting a signifier on P. Diddy's behaviour. He's despicable, eh? But that's not Lewis's to. I don't know. I get the joke, but do you know what I mean? Kenny, you're a legend, sir. Don't blame Ferrari, blame Red Bull. Let me read that out, Kenny. You're too kind. Carlos and Charles are closely matched, but Charles is a Ferrari boy. So if you wanted Lewis, it had to be Carlos. Don't blame Ferrari, blame Red Bull and Mercedes for not signing Carlos Sainz Jr. I don't disagree, Kenny. You make the point. They're all culpable, eh? I'm keen to speak to Windsor about this because he's going to go scorched earth. I can already see the Peter D. Windsor review video. He's going to be thoroughly appalled at the treatment of Carlos Sainz Jr. as versus Lewis Hamilton. Now, I get it. I'm going to have to argue with him and say that it's true. If you have the opportunity to sign Lewis Hamilton, that Carlos Sainz's problem is that he's not Max Verstappen and he's not Lewis Hamilton. That's it. It's no more complicated or simple than that. Carlos Sainz's only problem is that his name isn't Lewis Hamilton and his name isn't Max Verstappen. He's not indispensable. When you have the opportunity to sign Max or Lewis, everybody else doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? You make weight. Probably Charles Leclerc is the only one, and maybe Lando. Maybe those are the only two whose name carries more weight and gravitas from a business, like a conglomerate of a business and a sporting perspective. Maybe those are the only two. Everybody else, dispensable. Carlos Sainz, for the avoidance of doubt, his only problem is that his first name isn't Max or Lewis. That's the issue. Oh, tyre damage. Deg is becoming an issue, and so too will cooling towards the end of this race. You are a legend, McLaren F1 race. An absolute leyenda, as they say in Mexico. Lando is catching Charles. Oscar woke up too late, Si. I mean, he's been... minimal. Lando is catching Charles, but just barely. Lest we forget, rounding third base, 15 laps on the docket still, 57 in the books. The gap between Norris and Leclerc, I mean, it's not much, is it? 7, 2.3, 2.4. Yeah, 2.4. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's enough. I think he'll need more pace, more delta. Catching is one thing we remember. Passing is a completely different thing. Genie, Pope San Miguel, McLaren, Lewis Goat. Lewis is the goat. I mean, do you know what I mean? Can we get into our Lewis Goat bag? He's not bad. 7-time champion. I tell you when Lewis in 2007. Never seen anything like it. I don't care. Unbelievable settings from the chap. He was very, very good, wasn't he? Really, really good. Unlike any rookie I think I've ever seen. To say Oscar Jack Piastri was good as a rookie, I mean, bloody Nora. Lewis Hamilton should have won that. Normalised. That should have been a championship winning rookie season from Lewis Hamilton. If he'd just pitted in China. Would have been nice if Lawson stayed in the points. Eddie says DRS not as effective. No, because it's high altitude track. Mexico is always the same. Aerodynamically efficient cars always take themselves a hit. Piastri got Hulk. Let's go, Genie. To be fair, Sainz wasn't that great when Lewis was side. Oh, Genie. Controversial, eh? Yeah, mate. Oh, Brundle saying that Lewis has himself a bigger rear wing, but that means then it's easier for George Russell to defend a setup with different cars, and that may be why Lewis was complaining about struggling to drive the car, eh? Knife edgy, but if he's got more downforce than George, I don't know. How can't Lewis pass? What's going on? Nisco Brundle says he's got more downforce. Let's have a look. Oh, I can't even tell you the speed, the maximal velocities. 652 of you in the chat. Do me a favour, smash the like. I am grateful to each and every single one of you. Add infinitum, genuinely. Up. Oh, go on then. Leclerc's catching. Oh my gosh, Leclerc. Go on then, Lando. And the joke is, Lando will be happy to see the gearbox of Charles. He will be thrilled that it's the gearbox of Charles and not the gearbox of Max Verstappen. The delta between Max and Lewis, it could be quite a squabble, but a clean one. Leclerc told to get a hurry up. There's a 1-2 on the line, Charles. Get moving. 1.1 seconds is the delta. Maybe Charles Leclerc has been conserving his tyre deck, saving himself for the inevitable battle, the inevitable squabble between Messrs Leclerc and Norris. Oh, the humanity. 12 laps remaining, 60 in the books. Let's go. Lewis Hamilton right on the tail of one George Russell of Kingsley Norfolk. The delta. Oh, 0.6 seconds. Let's go, Lewis Hamilton, please. Norris, don't think about it, about cutting track limits. Bloody Nora. Double digits. Skull says they just told Charles Leclerc to get moving. Of course they did. I'm going to say at least 10, Eddie. What's Eddie saying? How many races has Lewis won, starting lower than 4th on the grid? Won a few. Won quite a few, but I mean... Lower than 4th? Yeah, definitely. If you put it to like 7th or 8th, different story. 649 of you watching concurrently as this race is about to come to the ball, courtesy of a charging Lando Norris, who's now within DRS of Charles Leclerc. Is he? Why am I seeing 1.4 is the delta? It's not 1.4. That's about 10 years old. Now, 7. Oh, it's 1.1 even. Oh. Stratospherically fast, pant-wettingly fast, says Martin Brundle, is what Lando Norris has been, and I don't disagree. Chat 663 of you watching concurrently. Come on, Lewis. Forza, Lewis. Chama. Oh my gosh. Alex Pereira. Chama. Love that, Nisco. Go on, Lewis Hamilton. Round the outside. Switchback is on. Switchback is on. Let's go, Lewis. Let's go. Oh, double apex might have screwed up his switchback. Let's go, Lewis Hamilton. Go on. Right in his gearbox, Lewis. Come on, son. We are 11 laps remaining and we have ourselves some race. The gap between, it's all about Norris versus Leclerc and the two Mercedes boys, eh? 0.4, 0.6, 1.2 is the delta between Norris and Leclerc. Lewis Hamilton very firmly in the DRS. Let's go. He's in the DRS. What are you talking about? 0.2 point? Yeah, so next lap he'll be in DRS. So all that fighting was without DRS. Benzi says, come on, Lewis. Hybrid says, damn, that is wow. Little eye candy. Oh, you saw what the lady in Ferrari. Yeah, I mean, what else do you expect? I'm sure she has a great personality. Joma, you're a legend out here, Joma. Do you know what I mean? Asics, welcome to the 4. And again, if you're going to join, you get your Chama. Alex Piera, settings, as Chael Sonnen would say, 44 pushing 67 to use up his tyres. Methinks he can't be around in the dirty air too long though, because that tyre offset will go away the longer that he hangs around in there. Norris, go on the delta. Oh my gosh, Charles Leclerc has himself some DRS, eh? 0.5, 0.5. Oh, he's just barely. No, is he DRS? Okay, he does have DRS. Oh, wow. Piastri told to go and get Max. I want to see Piastri and Max on track. There are 10 laps remaining. DRS for Lando Norris. Purple. 120.0 from Lando Norris. Let's go. We're going to have ourselves some racing here. World Championship point for past this lap. Lando Norris always comes alive towards the end of the race, but then he loses. His attention span goes away even, doesn't it? Oh, Luis, vámonos. Jama. Come on, 658 of you watching concurrently as we're going to get ourselves a battle, a cheeky battle of the automotive pugilism variety between Messrs Norris and Charles Leclerc towards the end of the race. There are 703 of you in the chat concurrently. There are 10 laps remaining, 62 are in the books. Lando Norris goes purple, 120.0. The gap between him and Mr. Charles Leclerc, aka modern day Jean Alesi, is now DRS worthy. And again, Oscar Piastri is pushing, but again, 10 seconds away makes no difference between is Oscar Jack Piastri pastry of Mr. Max Verstappen. It's the Mercedes pairing, and it's Lando and Charles. Zach Brown needs to get up onto his feet. So nervous is he? Bloody not. Hold on, Lando's already got him. I didn't even see it. I've just seen Charles Leclerc mistake, yeah? Did somebody say Charles Leclerc mistake? He doesn't make unforced errors, does Charles? He just doesn't make them. He's perfect. He's brilliant. Doesn't make unforced errors, Charles. What are you talking about? Charles Leclerc, aka modern day Jean. Why do you call him modern day Jean Alesi, Cam? That's why. Because whenever this dude, he'll do brilliant one race, but then the next race he'll make a nodding mistake. Like he's been mistake laden all this race. What are we doing? Cheeky look at Charles Leclerc's misses. Worried and concerned. Who's next? George Russell. Oh, George Russell is 30 seconds down the road. Apply a little bit. Oh, look at that. Is there rain on the track? If there's rain on the track, he's got an excuse. If there's not, then I will reserve judgment. I'm not celebrating just yet because maybe the track's wet. I'm going to get on to all of the people who've been taking the choke. All of the people who've been talking all this breeze to me about, oh, get off Charles Leclerc's back. Stop being so harsh to Charles. Charles never makes mistake. Where are they now? Another mistake. It's been a weekend laden, littered with mistakes from Charles Leclerc. Gives the place over to Lando and Norris. Charles Leclerc, what are we doing? Yes, of course he's brilliant, but he's a single race merchant and he needs to do this more consistently. If he's got a Monza in his locker, look at Carlos Sainz down the road. Do you know what I mean? They've got a chance, says Lando Norris. He hasn't got a chance to take Carlos Sainz. Charles Leclerc, yeah, that's true. It's a good shout from Bernie. That Charles Leclerc has a full pit stop to George Russell, so he's got an opportunity to pit and get himself a cheekiest fastest lap. Lando Norris goes purple. Bloody Nora Jomo. What are we doing? 5-4-3 of you watching concurrently. Charles Leclerc. Do you know what I mean? Two things that I've said. Listen, my crystal ball is murkier than the next one. What I will not do on this channel or any other is ever sacrifice. I'm not trying to lead you guys astray with my opinions or anybody else's. My crystal ball is as murky as the next person's. But we will never sacrifice objective truth value at the altar of partisanship. Any of the Charles Fossey tell you that this dude doesn't make mistakes. How about this weekend? Yes, he's brilliant. He was fantastic at Monza with Charles Leclerc. He's been fantastic at Monaco too. In portions, USA Grand Prix et al. But you will never win a championship, Charles Leclerc, if you keep making mistakes like this of the unforced variety with such frequency, such material ones. Lando Norris squeezed him, put a bit of pressure on him, and he made a mistake and gave up the goodies. Of course he did. What else would we expect from Charles Leclerc at this stage? Has Lewis fumbled as well? No, Lewis is 1 point. Not yet. Lewis is 0.5 seconds down the road, half a second. Lewis hasn't fumbled yet. This is what champions do. Squeeze. Put the squeeze on, and when the opportunity presents, Lewis will be there. Trust me. Might not get round, but he's not going to do like Charles Leclerc, just spinning out randomly in races. What are we doing? 649 of you watching concurrently as we have ourselves 7 laps remaining. 65 are in the books. Most recently, Charles Leclerc getting pressed by Lando Norris, pressed by his race engineer. Another cheeky error of the unforced variety. Go on, Lewis. Go on, Lewis. On the outside, set that switch back up. Let's go. Switch back, and another switch back. Come on, Lewis. Go on. Oh, he lost a bit of traction on the outside, Too much curb. DRS benefit from Lewis. Come on. Oh, outside was the wrong one. He's setting up another switchback, is he though? And switchback again. When there's two chicanes like that, I think the switchback doesn't work. You almost need there to be one chicane for the switchback to work. You lose some momentum when there's two like that. It gives the defender the opportunity to correct and place their car. If you're going to pull the switchback, you almost need one. I can't wait to get on the phone in a minute. Honestly, Gabrielle, I can't wait to get on Twitter and do like a celebration lap All these buds after last race telling me that Charles Leclerc is the truth. I put out a tweet asking them who was the best of the next. How do you like your F1 McLaren F1, right? You know what I mean? Pope San Miguel. Do you know what I mean? I never. Listen, my crystal ball is as murky as the next person's, but trying to give you guys insight. Do you know what I mean? Charles Leclerc is a mistake merchant, brilliant on his day, but he only races well 1 of 365 days a year. Do you know what I mean? Does he string together race after race like a Max Verstappen or Lewis? Absolutely not. That's why he's not in their league. Let's have a go, Lewis. He hasn't got enough speed. He's got more downforce. On the outside, round the outside. George, very nice there. George, very respectful there. Let's go, George. Bravo, sir. Lewis Hamilton up into 4th. Let's go. Let's go. Nicely, Lewis. But respect to George as well. I think George knew that he was on a hide into nothing in defending that. So not much point defending. Let's go in this guy. My goat, says Mindfuck. Oof, who's that? Bloody Franco Colapinto on Liam Lawson. Competition for the RB Visa Cash App Drive, eh? Let's go, Franco Colapinto. Oh my gosh, damage of Liam Lawson. Liam Lawson hung in there too long for me though. If I'm honest, get out of there, Liam. That gap's always going to descend into nothingness. Look at this. Liam, don't hang in there for so long, cha. Oh, yeah, Franco was a bit aggressive there in the overcrowd, but no, he wasn't left enough space. But that's always going to happen there. What are you talking about, Martin? Smooth operator. Are we going to get a smooth operator, do you think? Oh, this race is all right, wasn't it, guard? This race wasn't too bad. 668 of you watching concurrently. What did Liam say? Colapinto noted by race control. But if you... It's clumsy, Martin. That's the word, mate, more than anything. It's not malicious. It's not deliberate necessarily. It's just clumsy. Myself on camera here. 4 laps remaining. Oh, Carlos Sainz. Plot lines. You know, when you're just amping up for your cheeky race review video. Carlos Sainz, yeah. Let's go. Smooth operator. Leclerc may as well pit for, but yeah, he may as well. But I think his pride will be too hurt. Nice from Hamilton. Mag catching Max Verstappen, behave. That must be a joke. Big mistake, says Macon. Sean the Lazy makes another mistake. I'm not even going to call him Charles Leclerc anymore. People can't even tell. Yeah, disrespect Cameron. They put some respect on Charles Leclerc's neck. Well, do you know what I mean? I've been saying about his mistakes and everybody can. All the Charles folks who said, you're so unfair, Cameron. Why are you so unfair? Charles is absolutely fantastic. Let's get a cheeky driver of the day vote out, eh? Bloody Nora. Bloody Nora. I don't hate that. 58% of you say that Ferrari did not make a mistake when signing Lewis. Let's get another final vote of the day out, right? Driver of the day. I love that. Debris turn 12. Perez, you haven't got time to laugh, chap. It's not a laughing matter, Checo Perez. Not a check. What are you on about? I disagree with this attitude from Checo Perez as if he's in the lead or something. Just like, you know what? I understand that winning isn't for everyone, but bloody Nora. All right, so Piastri. I look at Carlos Sainz's misses. Just loving it. Yeah. Props. Right, who are we going for? You tell me who your driver of the day is. Go on then. You tell me who your driver of the day is. As we are properly rounding third base. LA, you're a legend. LA Thorn. Who do you think gets the constructors? Do you think it will come down to Abu Dhabi? Who for the constructors? It all depends. That Ferrari's fast, right? That Ferrari looks really quick. I think this is still an anomalous track though. I'm not sure how many lessons learned from this you can roll forward for like Brazil. Brazil I know is high altitude as well. But you got to think that Red Bull will come. Red Bull and McLaren will be quicker around Brazil than they were Mexican Grand Prix. Not as high altitude, I don't think. Put Lewis in there. This is a good shout, Genie. This is a good shout. But I mean, he's kind of gone up to. He's nailed 2 places. I would argue against Genie. I think Lewis maybe should be in there, but I don't know. I think I'd argue each and every single one of those on the list has probably had a better race than, come on, Leclerc, than Lewis. Paisley Perez is like an a-hole Sunday driving, sitting and passing fast in the 15th. Paisley. What is he doing? Matthew Brown, you're far too kind. I've never seen a driver become his own worst enemy. Max's carelessness just baffles me sometimes. Until what end? His anger costs him points. I think the argument, Perez is in the pits for the fastest lap. Perez 2.1 second pit stop. So is this going to be like they did Danny Rick? Do you remember when they pitted him for the last lap of his career to be the fastest? Is Checo going to retire here? I mean, it would be there is a history in F1 doesn't repeat, but sometimes it does rhyme, eh? Sometimes it does rhyme. 600 of you in the chat, do me a favour and smash a like. I appreciate each and every single one of you ad infinitum in extremis for joining me along for this stream. You guys have been legends. Congrats to Chile. Matthew, Max's anger. Go on then to the max point. I don't think, as brilliant as the dude is, I don't think Max is infallible. I think Austria was a case in point. Sometimes he does get in his own head. Here though, yeah, maybe the rush of blood to the head with Lando on the back of being overtaken, being surprised by Carlos Sainz Jr. wasn't great. But I would argue, if we're going to play devil's advocate for a second, I would argue as far as Max is concerned that much like Wayne Rooney back in the day when he was in his prime, I don't think you can you can't take that figure, that spitefulness away from Max, because I think he loses something 9 times out of 10 more than he gains. Galito, smooth operator. Well done. That would be funny. Well done, Carlos. Bravo, sir. That's a good news story for me. I don't mind that. Where's Charles? In 3rd, yeah? Having made himself a mistake. Bravo, Lando as well. Lando's done well there. So go on then. Let's work out this. Max Verstappen in 6th. How many points does... So the gap was 57 points. Fastest lap from Charles. I'm just trying to do some quick maths. Well done, Carlos Sainz Sr. in there. This is a good news though for F1. Okay, so Lando will gap. So the points diff was 57 points. It will now be 47. Oof. With how many races remaining? 47 points. 4 races remaining, eh? Checo doesn't even do fastest lap, the clown. What an absolute joker. What's the point? Just get him out. You may just retire now, Checo. What's the point, mate? Put that chap out of his misery for Pete's sake. 4 races remaining. 47 points. Yes. This is masterclass, Carlos. Masterclass. Smooth operator. Tiendes, Paisley. Great marketing in Mexico. Spanish speaker winning this one. I don't hate it. Shame the native is a little rusty spit, mate. Checo brings shame on the family name. Viva la raza. What are we doing, Checo Perez? Where did he finish? Mate, you've pitted for the fastest lap. You come last and didn't get the fastest lap. Look at that. 119.2 to Charles Leclerc's 118.3. He's a second, mate. He's got to go, hasn't he? The death knell. Just chime the death knell. The sword of Damocles as far as Checo Perez's F1 career has gone. So I like the way they're parked up here, actually, in the grandstand. That would have been so. Checo Perez may as well park up there as well and just wave his adoring fans goodbye, because this is the last time that you're going to drive yourself a Mexican Grand Prix, Checo. You know what I mean? RB giving Danny Rick treatment to Perez, I agree with you, but then he fluffed his lines, didn't he? To the tune of a second. Let me tell you this before I go away and make a review video. The problem for Checo Perez is this. Not just the mistakes, but it's the extent of the gap between Max Verstappen. You would never expect him to beat Max Verstappen. That would be too far, too much to expect, too unrealistic. However, the issue is that he's too far away too much of the time, Checo Perez, and that's ultimately going to cost Red Bull as far as the drivers potentially, not so much anymore because Max Verstappen seems to have it nailed, but definitely the constructors. What are we doing, ladies and gents? 700 of you watching concurrently. Checo's nothing if not a dis. Look at that from Carlos. Let us go, Carlito. Let's go, Carlos Sainz. Vámonos. Smooth operator, man from Madrid, El Crack. Not a bad driver. If you got 80% if you say driver of the day, Carlos Sainz, there is only one A. Just in control. He's been brilliant all weekend. Checo Perez, indeed, you are fired. Is there an election on the 5th of November? A chap competing in that election who used to say you're fired on a TV program, maybe. Maybe. The Apprentice, maybe? I don't know. Oh my god, 754 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour and smash a like. Gonna go another couple of minutes and then I need to go and make a review video and go to bed. Carlos Sainz hugging his old mate Lando Norris. Again, reminiscent of Singapore, eh? Charles Leclerc not pleased, barely shakes Lando Norris's hand. Yeah, another mistake of consequence. Do you remember when Charles Leclerc said, if I keep making mistakes like this, then I don't deserve to be champion? Do you remember that? I do. I remember that. And he's been brilliant this year thus far, but do you know what I mean? Like, and yet another mistake from modern day journalism, of course. Oh, the humanity. What are we doing? Good racing, good night, Brack, you're a legend. I've got to go and make a review video. Carlos Sainz is your champion of the Mexican Grand Prix 2024. Props to him. Adoring populace. Spanish speaking. Brazil next up, eh? Where the Argentinian massive will be out in force, shouting and screaming for their guy, Juan Franco Colapinto. Cheeky hug. Guys, you guys are legends. Thank you so much for enduring my cheeky impromptu breaks. Leclerc didn't look happy at all, did he, Sedan? Barely wanted to shake hands. Yet another mistake. What did we say? Charles Leclerc makes mistakes of the unforced variety. Huh? You don't win championships like that. Not against Max Verstappen or Sir Lewis Hamilton. You guys have been legends. Genie, you're a legend. Paisley, thank you so much for joining. Review video out in a couple of minutes. 10 a.m. British Standard Time tomorrow. And then 8 p.m. again, as per usual. Hopefully I'll be able to catch up with Windsor at some point on the F1 Hour and Martin on the undercut. And of course the shakedown again will be some point this week. Stay tuned for all of those. Love you guys to bits. Thank you so much for the enduring. Oh, Kenny, you're a legend. What's worse, Charles Leclerc mistake or Charles Leclerc mistake? For me, in my humble opinion, if I'm judging, Charles Leclerc's mistakes are 100% worse. I know Max's driving was super aggressive and he got the 20-second penalty and it ultimately cost him, mate. But for me, the lens through which I ingest my Formula One, Charles Leclerc, it's a pity, right? It's almost like a juxtaposition. Like, how can he be so good and make so many noddy mistakes of the unforced variety? That's all I'm saying. And that you guys will be legends. Have a fantastic week. Between now and next time, as always, the prosecution rests. No further questions, Your Honour.